to media. Radio to media. Radio to media.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
And to be in tandem with banking laws. That's my question.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Rebecca Yekamara.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my own questions are two. Although some of the questions I wanted to ask have already been asked by colleagues. There are some critical issues about the way monies are being transferred, especially for our people from the provinces. Sometimes when you go to these agents to send money for somebody, they will tell them that you have to pay agent fee. Although the mobile companies have sent information out to say, no, you don't have to pay agent fee. Still, some of these agents are telling our people who don't know that they should pay agent fee to send money. That one is also critical for our people and is eating a lot of money from our people. My second question is, what are you doing to clear the PZ roundabout of those peddlers selling SIM cards? And how can you manage the production of SIM cards? Because now it's just like colleagues said, it's floated in the market that anybody can just set up a table and sell SIM card. So what will you do to take these people off the streets? Because I know in some African countries it's happening, but in most African countries, for you to get a SIM, for example, Ghana, it's not just, you don't just go and get a SIM. If you don't take your time, you don't take it at the airport where you have all your details, you go in Ghana City, Accra City, it's difficult. So what will you do to ensure that there is total control over the selling of SIM cards, so that people will really see it very serious? They will not just get up overnight and the next morning they get SIM card. That's my submission. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker. Quickly, Tamba Kelly and Mustafa Seli. Quickly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Director General, is that your correct characterization? Director General. I was once a Director General of a multi-temporal sector, the electricity and water sectors. So, Director General, I have just one question. Everything that has been said here can be encapsulated in two phrases. You need service quality regulations and tariff regulations, because regulation is about controlling behavior. You control the behavior of those in your charge, the telecom companies. You have service quality regulations as to the quality of service, the strength of the network, etc. You have tariff regulations as to the price, etc., the charging formula. Everything that was said can be encapsulated in those two phrases. If you are prepared to provide them to Parliament, because it's only if we have a look at those documents that we can make an informed judgment or even sensible criticism of. But we cannot go in the dark. At the moment, that is exactly what we are doing. I mean, it's from experiences, that is good, but we need to see those documents so that we can actually assess the state of the telecom company. And of course, the enforcement mechanisms, all those are the documents you need to have in place. The enforcement regulations really specify what penalties are available for flouting the regulations, and including actually the registering a mobile company. So if you can provide those documents, we'll have a look, and then perhaps with the permission of Mr. Speaker, we'll call you back here, and then we have a more informed discussion. Thank you.
Quickly,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. General, my first question is that I want to know, because most of these cameras are using the codes, the recent code 073, 075, 072, 079. Most of these cameras, they are using these recent codes. Is there any way an Orange Money transaction can be transmitted without going through the system through Orange, that they can be able to track the numbers that is being receiving this money? Is there any way that the transaction goes through without going through a system at Orange that is a centrally based system that can track the transaction, just like the banking industry? You want to send the money from bank A to bank B, there must be a transfer of details, and those details can be captured in case there is any fraud or any disagreement in the transaction. Is there any way NASDAQ can track, or the mobile companies can track those transactions, because they are going through a system? So if reports are going that are miscount and no reports being no action being taken, if there's a system that this transaction goes through before they can be transmitted to the receiver, I want to know if there's a system set in place. My second question is, what is the reason, or what have you done, because there is serious deterioration in the network system, especially for Orange. Before this time, early 2000, late 2000, Zain was the best, and the transition happened from Zain to Orange, and they were almost doing the same. The performance was really great. But recently, if I take my phone out to call you, they will tell me your phone is switched off, when in actual fact your phone is on. So I want to know what is responsible for the deterioration network system right now. Is it as a result of because communication is like a channel. When you have a corridor that can accommodate 100 people, you want to take 200 people at a time, there must be the traffic cannot flow. So is it that they have more customers that they can manage, or is it the system that they cannot operate right now? So that is what, because the communication, the network system is poor to a point that you cannot even communicate with Orange. If you go to communicate Orange to Orange, you have to go through the WhatsApp system. Maybe it's better more than you call direct. Thirdly, my third question is about the agents. My colleague talked about that. It's not just they've done that to me, especially during weekends, Joey and Longy. Weekends, when you want to transact Orange money, they will tell you SO2, you can put 10,000, you can put 5,000. And this agent, they have agent codes. So I think is there any way that there's a mechanism that if you report this agent, that their agent codes can be blocked? Because it's happened along, especially during the weekends. You go to Joey and Longy as well. When you want to transact around, when they tell you we can't cash out. If you want us to send for you, you have to add 5,000, you have to add 10,000. They've done it to me. I refused. So those are my questions, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable
Mr. Speaker.
William Slavi. And Honorable Hold on. Yes,
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Since 2002 to date, it's 24 years. I must tell this house with sincerity, I have implemented a lot of transactions with the network I have used since I landed in Sierra Leone from the United Kingdom, and they have been trying to move forward. My question here, Honorable Speaker, is what is the percentage of margin of error in these companies that have provoked this type of complaint around the country? Then my other question is, are workers in this MNO investigated? Because we have what to call syndicate. When your business is very prosperous, there is a more likely that there are people in that particular company that we cooperate, we work as a team with other people so that they will give you a negative perception in that business. And then another question that I would do, could the mechanism be developed for the victim to be compensated? You know, those who are victims of the circumstances. Also, the last one is that the users of the mobile company, do they carry out pre-investigation or pre-caution before money is transacted? Honorable Speaker, why I ask this question is that I'm seated here and I wire money like Tihun, Balehun, and several other places in the transaction in the schools that we construct. I have never experienced any oral money theft because there is a robust verification because those transactions are carried. I rest my case, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Isaac Tokan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And my question to the Director General is actually for A to confirm to this House whether the recent plan that Orange is actually doing, arranging MasterCards. You can now shop throughout the world with their MasterCard through the Maxit. How far has they gone with that regulation? Did they go through the Bank of Sierra Leone, which have the mandate to make sure you do money transactions out of the country? Thank you.
Yes, DG, proceed. Quickly.
Good afternoon. I must say thank you to everyone for making comments and asking questions. Pretty much everything that is happening is something that is affecting me as well. I'm a consumer. So I do get drop calls. I do get frustrated with the networks. But we're actually working very hard to get this problem fixed. Believe it or not, we're working very hard. If I could start with the mean SIM registration, for example, we know that is a security issue that we're working with the operators to get fixed. As of next week, we're going to start implementing some things, and we're going to put some things into place. And this data I'm giving you is not because we called here today. This is something we're working on. The mean SIM registration thing is something that we're going to get fixed very soon. It's going to start with progressive barring. So if you don't register your SIM card, you will not be able to make phone calls, and up to a point, you will not be able to receive calls. So but we have to go into public sensitization of that first before that happens, so people know when we're not able to make phone calls, that is the reason. There's an issue with that as well when it comes to people registering, because some people do not have ID cards that have our name on it. And we've had discussions with NCRA about that. And one of the issues is the cost of getting the card. So we're having discussions with NCRA and also OMS to see if we can figure out a way to reduce the cost so that people can register to get the cards that they need. When it comes to mobile money, until recently, we were not the regulators for mobile money. The Bank of Sierra Leone was. It was only, I think, late last year, early this year that we got the mandate to regulate mobile money. So we're working on different things to make sure that that sector, because now we have a joint regulation, one for the financial side and one for the technical side. Some of these issues are not things that can get done or resolved like right away. It takes a process. But what I would implore this body here is to give us some time to just look at some of these issues we're not aware of. The percentage thing we're talking about, I've never used that, so no one has ever brought that to my attention. When it's brought to my attention, we'll look into it. Optimization of the networks. Last year, Orange had issues because they were changing the power supply for their towers. They came and talked to us. We came to Parliament, and Parliament they gave us a timeline that they're going to get that resolved. So right about the time that was being resolved, they had some other power issues. And I think last week they came with a position paper to Parliament to let Parliament know why their office so bad. So we have called them, and we have a timetable every 2 weeks. We're meeting with them to get an update as to how things will get better. What seems so on the street, I don't have anything within my powers to arrest people and prosecute them. So what we do is we go on raids. I have my regulatory team that go on raids. We raid and take gather all the SIM cards that they sell illegally, and then we find the operators for allowing that to happen. I cannot disperse them if they're selling anywhere. All I can do is periodically I go there and send my team over there to wherever we think they are and try to get the SIM cards from them. And the operators end up paying for that. The cost of the raid and also the cost, we charge them a whole lot of money right now for a SIM card. That was not in place before, we have that in place right now. For quality of service, what we've been doing is, within the act or within the regulations, it says if we go around, we have a contractor right now going around and doing a quality of service drive test. So they drive by and get data. So the regulation says that once we find out the bad areas, we have to let the operators know that these areas are bad, and they'll give them the opportunity to fix them. That's what the regulation says. So we've done that once. We've given them the opportunity to fix it now. So now we have to do another drive test to verify that what we told them to fix has been fixed. If it's not fixed, that's when we charge them or we fine them. Then, like I said before, what I ask this body right now is give us some time to implement some of these things we're planning on doing. There's a lot going on, and we have, I can document the things that we're planning on doing. I don't have them open right now, but all of these concerns are concerns of mine as well, because I'm a consumer, and I experience the same things that everyone else here experiences. The DSCV thing, my act gives me the authority to arrest people who have the ones from Nigeria, but doesn't give me the right to prosecute them. So we've done that several times. We've gone and arrested these bad players, taking them to the police, but I think there's a law that if you don't prosecute, they get released. So, and I know there's a guy who, the DSCP guy, has been after me. I keep telling me the same thing. I cannot prosecute people. My act doesn't give me the authority to prosecute. I can only arrest and take them to the police. So there's a lot going on that we're working on. I ask this buddy just be patient with us. We will get there very, very soon. Thank you.
Members, this matter is referred to the Committee on Communication. Do further investigation and present the report.
I'm obliged, Mr. Speaker.
If possible, hand down very serious sanctions and bring them to the well of Parliament. Yes, do that, Chairman. Do that within a month.
Okay, Mr. Speaker.
Today.
Thank you.
You may leave. Madam Minister, you may leave. Yes, sir. Yes. On this matter, yes, sir. We are good. Proceed.
Motion of the
Committee on Appointments and Public Service. Proposer, Honorable Matthew S. Nima, seconder, Honorable Aaron A. Kuruma.
Oh, Gigi, near the chamber. Mr. Gigi, near the chamber.
I will tell you so. I will tell you such a position. If I go before, I
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the 10th session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone, 10th report of the Committee on Appointment and Public Service, Parliamentary Vetting of Presidential Nominations, July 2026. Our usual procedures in the committee. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Committee on Appointment and Public Service, in tandem with its constitutional obligations, met on Thursday, 30 July 2026, and interviewed 7 presidential nominees for the following positions in state offices. 1. The Deputy Minister, 2. Ministry of Finance, 2. Deputy Minister, 1. Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Deputy Minister, 2. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, 4. Chairman, Board of Trustees, National Social Security and Insurance Trust, which we call NASIT. 5. Director General, National Social Security and Insurance Trust, NASIT. 6. Chairman, Board of Trustees, Conservation Trust Fund. And 7. Last but not the least, 1 Professional Social Work Regulatory Council. The committee maintained its strictly established procedures and interviewed the aforesaid nominees on issues pertaining to their experience on state institutional governance, especially relating to government signature programs, Feed Sierra Leone, human capital development, and the like. The questionnaire solicited relevant and wide-ranging information for nominees relating to their education, track records, declared tax assets, tax obligations, and vision for productive tenures in the Commission. 3. The 10th sitting of the committee on Thursday, 30 July 2026. The following nominees were interviewed on both. 1. Ms. Aisha Tamara, proposed Deputy Minister 2, Ministry of Finance. 2. She's very familiar. Ms. Aisha Tamara is a finance expert spanning over 25 years, managing portfolios of high net worth clients. She has other experience in financial management, corporate banking, risk management, project management, and public-private partnership projects. Her career presents a unique and powerful combination of public service, high-level financial control, and international private sector experience. She holds a master's degree in business administration with option in financial management from the University of Wales, United Kingdom in 2012, and a Bachelor of Science with honors in computer studies from the South Bank University in London, United Kingdom in 1996. Her career trajectory reflects a unique combination of local insights and international expertise, culminating in a direct readiness to serve as the Minister of Finance. Her profile established the following. 1. public sector governance and systems consultant 2015 to date in financial management and controls at the North East London Commissioning Support Unit NHS Corporate. 2. Business analyst, Barclays Bank, London, United Kingdom, 1997 to 2002. Ms. Mara's tenure as a business analyst at Barclays Bank in the United Kingdom provides a critical foundation in commercial banking, risk management, and data analysis. This experience will be invaluable in guiding the ministry's oversight into the financial sector, that is the commercial banks and other related income-generating institutions, to ensure sound and rewarding returns based on best practice. Responding to committee, she promised to work diligently with her superiors at the Ministry of Finance to address the numerous financial and monetary policies of states. Ms. Janet Jabati, proposed chairman, Board of Trustees, National Social Security and Insurance Trust. That's it. Well, so Speaker, if you don't tell them, you don't know. Really find one in this Bible to be somebody. I want to go by it. Ms. Janet Jabati is a seasoned banker with over 35 years of remarkable and unblemished service at the Bank of Sierra Leone. She is an accomplished human resource practitioner who attained the position of Chief Operating Officer and Head of Human Resource at the Bank of Sierra Leone. Her long years of work at the central bank gives her much insight into the operational link between the Bank of Sierra Leone and other monetary and revenue-generating institutions, to which that is no exception. She holds a Master's of Arts in Human Resource Management from the Middlesex University, United Kingdom in 2006. She is a Chartered Fellow of the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development. This background and her extensive experience in any financial management sector, which would undoubtedly help her monitor and supervise the board level the numerous projects implemented at the scheme. In her response to the committee on what she will be taking to NACIT, the experienced administrator mentioned, quoting her, to the tax and financial due diligence. The nominee said, I am very happy to join the NACIT Board of Trustees to work and advise on critical, abrasive matters and assignments at this level. Work will give me time to now attend to urgent personal matters as compared to the Minister of Finance. I will commit to teamwork to support the administration of the Director General to execute state assignments for the pension fund. She concluded. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the two women mentioned above have made more than one appearance before this committee with excellent performance, rating on public sector experience and delivery. The committee, therefore, with no scintilla of doubt, reaffirms its earlier recommendations bestowed on nominees, Exeter and Geneva, in our previous reports to this House, with assurances that they will excel in pending assignments. Dr. Kamanda, proposed Deputy Minister. The time for one trying to the family here, man. This place here is most such a. The only one in the morning, man. Dr. Isaac Kamanda, hail from Glomamene, from the lineage of the great, commonly called a senator in this house, Honorable Dr. Luleprema Kamanda, former member of Parliament of Greenland Secondary, the souls of the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. She possesses a strong academic degree in agricultural sciences, a Doctor of Philosophy, PhD in plant breeding from the West African Center for Crop Investment, WATSI, at the University of Ghana, Lagos, where she studied from 2014 to 2017. Prior to her doctoral studies, Dr. Kamanda obtained a Master of Science, MSc in Crop Science from Dalhousie University, 2010 to 2012, and a Bachelor of Science, BSc, with honors in Crop Science from the same institution, 2006 to 2010. Dr. Kamanda began her career in 2012 as a research officer 3 at the Sierra Leone Agricultural Research Institute, SLARI, stationed at the Jalab Agricultural Research Center, NAC. In 2019, she was appointed Acting Project Development and Management Officer at SLARI Headquarters, a role she held from 2018 to 2024. In this capacity, she successfully managed and led various projects, demonstrating strong leadership and project management capabilities. Since April 2004 to 2024, Dr. Kamanda has served as Deputy Director General for Commercialization and Agribusiness Development at SLARI. In this senior leadership position, she has been responsible for driving the commercialization of agricultural research, output, and fostering agribusiness development in Sierra Leone. She has served as focal person for the International Institute for Tropical Agriculture, IITA, in the technical backstopping on innovative technologies to support the field silo project. Field silo strategy. We are talking about field silo. So I think we are talking about field silo. But this is to support the field silo strategy. In this role, she has been instrumental in facilitating the transfer of innovative agricultural technologies to Sierra Leonean farmers. Dr. Kamanda currently serves as the regional expert for the ECOWAS Biennial Review, this BR process, and the regional joint sector review. These roles involve contributing to the regional agricultural policy framework and the review of the agricultural sector performance across West Africa. This means the nominee is not a novice to the current signature agricultural transformation strategy of the government. In our response to the committee on her profession and what will be the status of research after her exit from SLARI, the young, energetic, and committed professional proudly stated, quoting her, "I will not leave research. I have a passion for it, and it is my calling. As the only cassava breeding specialist, I will continue playing my role in the production value chain to ensure that high quality and climate change adaptable and quality seeds are available to our farmers for the field silo project." She concluded like a professional. Engineer Brian Bismarck. Bismarck Kanu, proposed Deputy Minister to Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Engineer Brian Bismarck Kanu. is a result-driven civil and environmental engineer with over 15 years of progressive experience in infrastructure development, agricultural irrigation systems, water, sanitation and hygiene, which we call the WASH, geographic information systems, GIS, applications and sustainable project management. He has a Master of Science in Geography. The Geographic Information System, the GIS, obtained in 2025 for the Annesby Global University of Science and Technology, and a Master of Science in Sustainable Development, specializing in environmental sustainability, obtained from the University of Makini, UNIMA, 2022. He also holds a Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering from Bayero University, Kano in 2010, and a postgraduate diploma in Project Management, Cambridge, United Kingdom, September 2008. The nominee has accumulated extensive professional experience across both public and private sectors, as well as with international development partners, as noted. From 2024 to date, project manager, Matscape International. 2021 to 2022, consultant civil engineer, Barrage Resources Incorporated. (2018 to 2021) project coordinator, National Commission for Social Action, NATSCA. 2016 to 2017, WASH project manager, USA. 2012 to 2014, senior civil engineer, Attached Bioenergy Sierra Leone. The committee notes that the nominee's technical background in civil engineering and GIS, combined with his practical experience in irrigation systems, positions him well to contribute to the ministry effort to improve agricultural productivity through enhanced water management and infrastructure development. Quote, I will support the Minister in Irrigation, Production, Cycle planning and Structural Designing. This is significant giving the ministry's focus on increasing local food production and reducing reliance on imported food commodities, he asserted. Mr. Amit Cheno Jaro Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Conservation Trust Fund was established in 2012 under the National Protected Area Authority and Conservation Trust Fund Act to promote biodiversity conservation, wildlife management, research, and the sustainable use of natural resources in Sierra Leone. The nominee holds a master in business administration in project management for Java University in 2021, which will help the nominee to provide financial and administrative expertise in trust fiduciary responsibility. He also holds a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Science from Java University in 2016, which offers critical insights into sustainable land use, ecosystem conservation and management. Mr. Amit Chano Jaros, extensive experience in environmental conservation through YADU, Sierra Leone, demonstrates deep understanding of the challenges facing Sierra Leone's protected areas. His role as technical committee lead for civil society organizations in 2022 further demonstrates his ability to engage with diverse stakeholders to build consensus and provide strategic direction for the Board of Trustees. The nominee promised to explore carbon credit funds and to promote legislation that will help mitigate the adversity of climate change. Mr. Alusan Kamara, proposed member, Professional Social Work Regulatory Council. Thank you, sir. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, Mr. Alusan Kamara is a fellow of African Institute of Public Health Professionals. He attained his Master of Public Health from the School of Postgraduate Studies, Ghana University in 2014. He has several other certificates in humanitarian emergencies, public health, community medicine, and tropical community medicines and health. During cross-examination, the following were noted. 1. From May 2024 to May 2026, he has served as Deputy Chief Community Health Officer at the Ministry of Health. November 2016 to September 2018, National Operations Coordinator, Emergency Preparedness and Response, Ministry of Health. July 2015 to June 2016, National Supervisor or Planning Officer, Directorate of Planning, Ministry of Health. July 2004 to December 2012, District HIV or AIDS Coordinator, Gambia District. Based on Mr. Kamara's diligent work profile in social sector, the committee admonished him to work as seriously with colleagues to bring to fruition the Professional and Social Works Regulatory Council Act of 2025 with the zest of overseeing the licensing, the registration, and professional discipline of social workers in the Ministry of Social Welfare. Mr. Chelu Mahmoud Jaro, that proposed Director General, National Mr. Chelu Mahmoud Jaro is a professional chartered accountant and a fellow of ACCA with over 15 years experience in managing premium financial companies and institutions such as Yamaha Music, Guarantee Trust Fund, Sierra Leone Limited, among several financial companies at home and abroad. He possesses adept skills and competencies in regulatory compliances, staff management, strategic planning, project and operational management, budgeting, negotiation, change management, coaching and mentoring, verbal and written communication and procurement. Prior to his nomination, he served as the manager, finance and accounting at the Yamaha Music Bureau. One of his landmark achievements included successful leading over 32 years experience in overseeing the professional aspect of the company in over 20 countries in Europe, ensuring compliance with regulations and budgetary oversight. He further helped to develop and implement financial management strategies to optimize project fund utilization, resulting in significant cost savings, which the committee discerns as a vital for the social scheme and pension funds management in Sierra Leone. Responding to probing questions relating to NASIT operations and projects, the proposed Director General of the National Social Security and Insurance Trust said he is going to the institution to lead in executing the mandate of the financial institution, especially in the strengthening of a sustainable project that underpins the scheme's existence. He asserted that, quoting him, there must be challenges, but with a gradual learning and collaboration with the professional team, we will overcome and forge ahead with credibility. End of quote. Mr. Jaro was praised across party lines for his previous known financial expertise and diligence in handling corporate matters, but was admonished to guide the scheme and trust fund through recently explored technologies to generate more investment and revenues. Recommendation, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. The committee unanimously adjudged the foreign presidential nominees to be adequately qualified for their proposed appointment and are therefore recommended to the House for approval. 1. Ms. Aissata Mara, proposed Deputy Minister. 2. Ministry of Finance. 2. Ms. Aissata Jabati, proposed Chairman, Board of Trustees, National Social Security and Insurance Trust, NASUT. 3. Dr. Aissata Kamanda, proposed Deputy Minister of Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Engineer Bryant B. Smart Stanley, proposed Deputy Minister, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. 5. Mr. Amit Cheno Chara, Board of Trustees, National Conservation Trust Company. 6. Mr. Alusan Kamara, proposed member, Professional Social Work Regulatory Council. 7. Mr. Cheno Mamu Jano, proposed Director General, National Social Security and Insurance Trust, NASI. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, with the aforesaid, I therefore move that the 10th report of the 3rd session of the Committee on Appointment and Public Service be adopted by the House, and the recommendations contained therein be approved, faithfully submitted to this House. Chairman, Leader of Government Business, Honorable Matisa Nima, JP, representing the people of Bukakachaba and Bulabaya. I thank you for your order.
Any second. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Honorable members, the question is that the 10th report of the 3rd session of the 6th Parliament of the Committee on Appointments and the Public Service be adopted by the House, and that the recommendations contained therein be approved.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it's past 3. I therefore move that S05 be suspended for the business of the House to continue.
Any second?
I so second, honorable Speaker.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, today we are considering not just names, but we are considering individuals whom the President, by the authority bestowed on him, 53 and 62 of the Constitution, call on them to help him push his vision to serve the people of Sierra Leone. An opportunity I consider as a real one, for which I welcome on the nominees, not to just see that as a privilege, but as a very real honor to serve in the best interest of 7 years. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, let me quickly zoom in on a few nominees because we waited almost for the whole of the day. The same goes, they say, charity begins at home. And today, among the nominees here is a brother who is from my district, from Kogi district. And that is Engineer Bryant. Before I say much about his appointment, I want to thank the President. The last time I I deliberately refuse to thank him. But please don't clap. Wait until I land. But I want to begin by thanking him for listening to the cries of the people of Sonkoli. Just the appointment that he just made, two of our brothers, we are fortunate. Mohamed Omar Mongoya, who is going to ably deputize the proposed Director General to NAFIT, was appointed. And of course, we have Engineer Brian Smart Kanu, who, of course, are very much illustrious sons from Sonkoli district. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the president is doing his efforts to make sure that he matches the previous president. And I still hold the record. Yes, Chidan Kaba and Esbeth Umar did so much for Sonkoli. I want to believe that the president, Madam Bio, can also do better. We should not only be known for deputy ministers or for deputy positions. Sonkoli district is so strategic, so we just consider for deputy positions. During Chidan Kaba's era, we have the likes of Dr. Bob Sisise, who served throughout his 10 years period. We have, of course, Mikel Adams, and we have many more people. Then the APC, we have other full ministers.
Just one.
Again,
just one.
Dr. Zana Bambura, who served as Foreign Affairs Minister, and also Minister of Health, Dr. Mika Ruba, Matthew Tibo, whom I replaced. They were all full-time ministers and many other ministers. So I'm requesting on the president, I know he can do it, and he has started. Please continue to consider Sonkoli. When you look at our records, we are hosts to the Oxford of the North. That tells you that when it comes to producing men and women of character who can serve this nation better, Mr. Speaker, one of the districts that is very much prominent in office of Sonkoli district. We have what it takes to also serve as full ministers, Mr. Speaker. And we have other capable men. And I will thank you fully when he considers other men like Korokoro, who is my class teacher, is here. That man was district chairman during the strong days of the SFP. And he's still struggling. And I'm looking on that day when he attacked the favor of the president. Section 53 and 62. Mr. Speaker, the members, the president has done so much for Sonkoli, Mr. Speaker, but we want to fully appreciate him. And that's where I want to personally make this plea, Mr. Speaker, the members. What he has done is a pursuit, and which I think we have to clap for the president, Mr. Speaker. Let's clap for the president. Mr. Speaker, but there's a looming minus 10, Mr. Speaker. There's a looming minus 10. The president has added +2, but there's a looming minus 10, which will make his effort -8, which is even lesser than 0. That means, Mr. Speaker, I'm about to talk about the Union Trust Bank. The resolution has been placed on Union Trust Bank, the only indigenous bank owned by a Sonkoli person, Mr. Speaker. I'm not speaking here as APC person, because the man who owns that bank was never APC. He was a true Salonian who believed that Salonians can also lead in improving the private sector. The only bank we have that's owned by indigenous banks. Based to a regulation that was placed by the Bank of Sierra Leone, it was too huge for an indigenous bank to meet a requirement, a minimum share capital requirement, to be able to release from 85 million to 120 million within a year. For Nigerian banks, they have their parent banks in Nigeria. They can easily call and raise capital in a day. Where will you expect a local bank to raise capital within a year? Union Trust Bank was not, a resolution was not placed on because customers complain. No customer ever complains. No way. All their branches were still functioning, Mr. Speaker. No staff was redundant. That tells you When it comes to their operating capital, they are normal. We are seeking on behalf of the people of Tombili Sister that the president give me the fountain of honor and justice. We know what he can do. We believe that if this decision stands, it will kill the dreams of every Sierra Leonean. No other Sierra Leone will ever venture to invest in the financial sector. And so therefore I'm appealing, let us take this as political. It is not a cry for Tombili. It should be a cry for every meaningful Sierra Leonean that we all appeal to the president. He is the Lord, just like you are the Lord in this house. Let him consider that position. We cannot sacrifice on Trust Bank for an IMF requirement, Mr. Speaker. I have not seen a nation that has prospered due to IMF intervention because they are doing it just loans, not grants. How would an IMF directive allow you to kill a hole in the Genius Bank? That name was planted to us as Sierra Leoneans. All of us take pride, and it was a comfort for the Sierra Leoneans to come in and invest. It's for allow that particular bank to be taken over by governments of Africa who lost the only name. Wherein we can say this is a bank owned by Sierra Leoneans. Mr. Speaker, members, Mr. Engineer Brian Smatkanu is very much qualified. And I like to blend because he represents a profession that is so much needed in that sector. When you go to the agriculture sector, one of the sectors that has been so much abandoned is that of the engineering sector. And Mr. Speaker, that forms the foundation for increased productivity in agriculture. You have to introduce smart agriculture techniques, and for you to introduce smart agriculture techniques, no countries have prospered in agriculture without being able to grow your crops 2 to 3 times a year. And that is why we are finding it difficult as a nation to be able to grow beyond food insufficiency, the challenge we are facing in food insufficiency. Until and unless we invest in irrigation, until and unless we invest in agro-processing techniques, until and unless we invest in linking to farmers initiative, thereby creating more access to farmers so they can link market, thereby they get the value of the produce that they produce, Mr. Speaker. Yet, we cannot create the value that we should derive from agriculture. And so therefore, Mr. Speaker, he is an engineer. I can say the first engineer to be a deputy minister in that ministry. So it's a blessing, Mr. Speaker. Because when you look at his resume, it tells you where he has worked. I believe he will go and make Yoni proud. He will go and make Tombili proud. And he will go and make Sierra proud. Please, agriculture is not a political entity. Yes, you are appointed, I'm not sure because you are SAP regional secretary, but you are appointed because you are qualified. And that is why I want to thank the chairman of the SAPP, because you are one of his boys. You served him faithfully. You are a humble man. You are No, I can't say that. Yes. Mr. Speaker, please, when you go to that sector, take off the green clothes, take it off, and put on the green, white, and blue. Just know that the farmers in there, the crops they produce do not have colors. The palm oil that is produced in Pujo does not have red or green. The rice that is produced in Gambia and Tombili does not have red or green. Whoever that buys that product buys them as a Sierra. And so therefore, when you go there, serve the interests of farmers irrespective of political affiliation. Mr. Speaker, members, let me quickly zoom in on another very much qualified nominee, and that is Dr. Aissatou Kamanda. I participated during the committee hearing, and deliberately I asked her a question, which of course I'm sure that was the only question she responded to. But her responses, Mr. Speaker, was so much professional that I dropped my heart for her. Mr. Speaker, she is also coming from a very critical background that has posed existential challenges in the agriculture sector, and that is delicious. Mr. Speaker, today, Ghana and Ivory Coast are the leading exporter of cocoa simply because they invested in agriculture and research, thereby having improved variety of their cocoa. They now have cocoa that are disease resistant, climate resistant, and healing, and even faster, quicker bearing variety. And so therefore, Mr. Speaker, when you have a professional like her, being the only plant breeder, we must cherish her as a nation. Somebody leave from one of the ministers whom I admire so much. I think she's the Deputy Minister of Health, Madam Jalika Mustafa. She is the Deputy Minister, but because she knew she was a very professional expertise, she still serves at the eye clinic and the Ministry of Health at Constance. So I'm feeling on you. Your expertise there. The nation needs it. When you go, I'm happy that she made commitment that you continue to invest, to not to abandon the research component. And that's the critical outfit, Mr. Speaker. We cannot achieve food security without sense salary. That is very important. We have crops that are almost in extinction, like oranges, like breadfruits, like lemon. They are almost in extinction, Mr. Speaker. That is fact. The ones that we are using are the ones planted by our grandfathers. So date, we have not innovated new climate resistant citrus fruits to make them available in our market. When we have oranges, they won't take us for 2 months. They will come for a month and then you see them no more. That tells you we need to invest in the research component and study so that we can innovate new means of improved variety that are high yielding, that are disease resistant, that also meet the climatic condition that we are facing now as a nation. And so therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to ask that when we go to that sector, please support the ministry to make sure that we revitalize agriculture. By our record, the yields of cellulose are very much low. When you do a comprehensive analysis as to the rate of use per hectare or the ton per hectare, we are still far below. The rice we are still struggling with about 2 metric tons, 2 tons per hectare, which is low, way below the average ton of 4, 5. It depends on that. When you go to Senegal, even when they have delta, they have about at least 5 metric tons per hectare. We are still struggling with 2 metric tons per hectare. That tells you we have so much to do in agriculture, and we shall can play a critical role in making sure that we improve on that particular area. Mr. Speaker, members, I want to also zoom in on Chairman Mahmoud Jallo, the proposed Director General. Mr. Speaker, members, I want to let you pass it. Mr. Speaker, there is this saying which says the company one keeps is often a reflection of the standards one lives by. I have not met and known Mr. Chairman Jallo before the nomination, but I've met with his friends. And based on the perceptions I have about his friend, it gives me comfort to believe that he's going to be a performer. Mr. Speaker, when I look at a friend like Richard Senesi, the Deputy Commissioner of Customs at NRA, when you look at someone like Ben Kafala, Siba, Augustine Mara, and of course Mr. Tony Manotomi, and of course my boss, and Thibault, these are all sober-minded Canadians. The only thing they can attribute to their character is performance and excellence. And I attribute the same to you. Based on what I know about this person, this group of fine men, these fine Canadians, I believe, Mr. Speaker, the nominee who is going to be the Director General of NASIS, if approved, is going to be a value addition to this sector. But Mr. Speaker, members, The nominee is not just going to that sector as an accountant. He'll be going as an ACCA. That's the Chartered Certified Accountant also. He is an ACCA holder. And apart from that, he's a fellow. Those are real qualifications. And we also have the deputy, who is also an accountant, Oman Bakura. You know why it's important, Mr. Speaker? Because NAFIT is not only a pension institution. It also keeps our money. It also keeps billions of our money. So you need people with the financial governance, with risk management knowledge, with financial management capability to be able to manage that fund for the protection of our system. And so therefore, based on this presentation, I believe Mr. Chenova will do nothing but to make sure that he doesn't let his friends down, whom I depose confidence in. Based on that, it's of course based on that I also believe that he's going to be a performer. Of course, I must say this. I've been a member of the appointment committee for quite a while, but I can say this proposed nominee is not a dead man, SO2, not a dead man. When I looked at his bank account, Mr. Speaker, his bank account was so much alert and alert. That says he's not coming as an empty-handed man. He's going to bring something. And before I end on NAFIT, I also want to urge you to emulate on the predecessor, who is also a very fine Salonian, who is Mr. Dabo. He served this nation doctor. He served this nation decision. Today he's going not because he was incompetent, but I'm sure because of age, and besides, even if it's not for age, but because president has the prerogative pursuant to section 53 and 62 of the Constitution to hire and fire. But I'm sure he should go there with pride that under his watch, the steroid grant which was started under the APC, he completed it and today is a competent facility. He has ensured that 2 offices, one in Mayamba and one in Protocol, when you go there, you'll be proud that within short a while, we have a DG who is been able to put on this facility. Kudos to you, sir. There are projects started, like the 54 plus, where Sierra will start to prepare for their retirement even before they are 60. That is something new. The reason why we have challenge as a nation because we don't want to take from the good things we need for people. Please, when you go, look at those things that are working, embrace them. Those that are not working, strengthen them, make them to work, and innovate new ways to make sure that it still works. Because our money, our future of Salonia is in that. So we expect you to invest in every investment. It's unfair that Sarah Block, which is an investment of NAFIT, as per record, Mr. Speaker, Sarah Block produces the best complete blocks. But how many of us know about Sarah Blocks? Very few. So we need to make sure that we invest in marketing, robust marketing of the product of NAFIT. There are other direct investments for which I also believe that NAFIT must not only function for pensioners, it must also exist for even the workers. Some of us when we are active, we have students in university who are struggling for hostels. Those are direct investments. When you go to College, Jala University, other colleges, they are struggling for accommodation. When you build them, trust me, the demand will be supernormal. Explore those areas. And of course, the person that will be your boss, the chairperson board of trustees, she's coming from Ministry of Finance. She has got the expertise. So the trial in that principle, Mr. Speaker, is that God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Because the chairperson board of trustees has a human resource specialist. And then you have somebody who is an accountant, and somebody who has gotten the governance experience, who has been a minister before, whom I believe if you leverage on his expertise, you don't envy yourself to work at a team, you will do so much to provide the comfort Salona wants to see that sector. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the man, of course, for the deputy minister, proposed deputy minister for Minister of Finance, I am a member of the Public Accounts Committee, and of course many other committees. So I'm aware of many challenges that we are facing as a nation in our public finance space. Often and again, we question Ministry of Finance over overspending.
We have a very long day.
I'm wrapping up, sir. I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very long day.
I'm wrapping up, sir. So I want to call on you that please, we know what women can do. They say what men can do better. We expect the best from you. When you go to that sector, please spend prudently, spend legally, spend within the law. Don't spend outside budgetary allocations. Make sure that the budget that we approve is being adhered to, stick to say so that whatever budget you pass is being implemented clearly. Mr. Speaker, lastly, I want to talk from the man going for the trust fund, the conservative trust fund. And that is critical, Mr. Speaker, because whatever effort we are talking about environmental conservation, it will not be necessarily funding to fund the conservative effort that we are taking as a nation, Mr. Speaker. That will be a future endeavor. And I want to call on you today. Many insurance companies are making millions of dollars. I know from a matter of fact because I host an agricultural company, and I've read extensively on Vera, that which is the registry for carbon credit sales. I know that millions are coming here, whether through the environmental global fund or through Vera mechanism where they buy carbon credit sales. But this money, government is not making money, and communities not also getting anything out of this carbon sales spending. That will be a value you can explore, so that you have money that will be given to communities, thereby conserving our environment. On that note, Mr. Speaker, I don't question the competence of the president or appointing five nominees. I just want to learn that all of you have been chosen among millions of Sierra Leoneans. You are fortunate. So please go and represent the green, red, and blue, and not the executive. Represent us in a state of our colors. See us as Sierra Leoneans. When you go to your offices, don't victimize people because they belong to one party. Victimize them because they don't perform. But those that are performers, irrespective of the tribe of their affiliation whatsoever, promote them if they give promotion. Demote them if they don't. Please make sure that you serve the best interests of the nation. On that note, Mr. Speaker, I want to join my leader as he always maintains that this side of the aisle always support what is good for governance and oppose what we think is against the people. I want to urge this house to have good and protect the nation in
After Honorable Lamina, we have a very long day today. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I want to thank you very much for the privilege and the opportunity to speak to this debate. It is deliberate because I noticed that President Joseph Bio has fulfilled his constitutional rights in the power in Section 61 of the 19th Federal Constitution to create offices, to hire people, and also has that right to fire people. Today, I now President Joseph Bio very well for actually fulfilling a very important document this country actually subscribed to many years. I'm talking about the TRC document. In that TRC document, we realized long-term youth, we also realized educated youth who should be considered with at least 10%. You can imagine there is no legislation before this house that has ratified that. Yes, President Joseph Bio, when I look at today's appointment, I realize is quietly, seamlessly manifesting 10% of youth, if not even more. The appointees today are miserable. They are miserable from all sense. And I should tell the House that as a member of the appointment committee, we have no issue with their resume. Competently qualified people, professionals in their various rights. And now you, I have already attempt to talk about when after the other, if I actually attempt, the whole thing here will not be enough. But I should actually tell this house that all of you are actually competently qualified. Mr. Speaker, key the line from my brother from Tokolini. Where is he? There is not here. I love Tokolini. I'm very grateful to Tokolini. That was where I was schooled at Magoka Secondary School. So I always consider Tokolini as my second home. Whenever they want to remember privileges President Josbalado benevolence against Tokolini, I vex in my spirit. In any case, but because he's not here, I wanted to talk a little. I wish Brother Aaron, we are here, but we should trust your audience that there is no president in recent times that have become so generous to a district called Tokolini, like President Josbalado. I've known ministers that were bidden to schools at Magoka Secondary School. Statement that were bidden to school at Magoka Secondary School. Yes, they did not look after Magoka Secondary School. Like the way President Josbalado. That's good. My brother is here. I'm not saying the house, but I've never seen a president so generous to Tokolini issues. Mr. Speaker, the greatest assets of any nation is the human resource. At a click of a button, you know what education can do? Mr. Speaker, the investment of President Josbalado to a private school in Tokolini Street, I'm talking of the Magoka Secondary School, a place where I schooled. It's not to none. At least $6 million was spent on that school. But to create about 23 new buildings. Go there now. President Josbalado has turned Magoka West Secondary School a workshop with a multi-purpose hall and canteen. The facilities are enormous. History will judge me wrongly if I fail to say it. I have known presidents in this country that attended Magoka Secondary School. The impact President Josbalado made cannot be seen. President Josbalado is so generous and grateful to the people of Tokolini, even though he only carried a seat from Tokolini this week. But I believe in subsequent times, many seats will come. Mr. Speaker, I remind you. Mr. Speaker, I remind you. The benefits the people of Tokolini have benefited from new arrests. For the last 30 years or so, no head of state has benefited the people of Tokolini. I'm talking of CEA. It will surprise you. 10 years back, active minings were taking place in Tokolini. Sad truth. The people of Tokolini never benefited from common substance rents as part of in section 36 of the Nigeria Government Act. They never benefited from CEA, I'm talking of Community Development Agreement Fund, as part of in section 140. President Josbalado, because of the transparency and accountability injected into mining, the people of Tokolini, even by the time we have left her, they will be very grateful. President Josbalado took executive power. There has been a tripartite agreement between the mining company, the Motas, and the government of Swallow. 15 million rights on the basket. So people will have to come and go. By nothing that, President Josbalado is not once to none of the head of state that have ever existed here. So as a general plan, that is just what I want to clarify. That President Josbalado, futuring youth in his government is not only limited here, but developing and building the human capital of Tokolini district. For the record, Mr. Speaker, the youth, TRC actually proposed 10% to be considered our youth. When I look at phrases like Buantanu, I look at phrases like Mahmoud Jero, I look at phrases, yes, like Dr. Kamada. I'm telling you, these phrases can be showcased beyond Sierra as apple and apologist. I'm telling you. If I imagine, President Josbalado believes in the capacity of young people, the energy they possess, not only academic, keep it in the classroom, but go out there And this is what we are bringing. When I look at the gender profile today of these nominees, I admire President Jafaradio. It's like the one that had a telegraphic brain that will sit and behind her, the east west north of Sierra Leone, looking out for a mouth. That is just what he has manifested to you. And I'm telling you, 30% is not already limited to the well, it has gone out. And now to the extent, even though members of the coalition never love that, he actually attempted in pushing out the representation of government. That's the subject matter. The gender profile of the Mara, they cannot take it. That's the subject matter. Look at the nominees. They actually fulfill the gender subjects, and they should see. Don't worry about the subject matter. The subject matter is not under control. And now, President Jafaradio, for fulfilling one of the Sierra Leone, for the record, we are number 2 in ECOWAS countries. Sierra Leone is number 2 as far as gender perspective is concerned. It is not Senegal that we are drafted. We are 30.4%, while Senegal is 42% as far as gender representation is concerned in our legislature. And see the way it has been extended to the executive. President Jafaradio should be admired for respecting the women who consist of 52% of the population of this country. Coming to the subject proper, Mr. Peter. President Jafaradio has changed the dynamics. President Jafaradio puts appointments. We are taking on 6 specialists. 6 specialists of the Kamala. 6 specialists that have the potency to fix Sierra Leone. 3 years back, we were tempted by agriculture, SO2. 3 years back, we were tempted by agriculture, SO2. Today, getting a 6 specialist, agriculture will be something of the past. A 6 specialist. Mr. Speaker, my fundamental knowledge at Java University made me to know that we have great potential in animal outbound number 1, great potential in crop production number 2, great potential in agricultural extension, great potential in inland valley farm, and that's a miracle this lady is able to pay. Can you imagine? Great potential in animal outboundary, great potential in crop production and extension. For the records, for the last 5 years, the last actually carried the name of becoming the best university in Sierra Leone because of the research extension. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is important to know that this girl should not just be swept under the carpet. He has manifested it, and I believe the potency for the benefit. Mr. Speaker, you know, as you saw me, I will summarize with Martin Nimola's quotation. Martin Nimola was a lady theologian who was an anti.
Leader, I'm afraid I will stop you in 1 minute.
He did say, when they came to the Jew, I did not speak out, Mr. Speaker. When they came to the communists, I did not speak out. When they came to the Trinidad, I did not speak out. But when they came to me, there was no one. I have to speak for President Jafaradio because it's annual, it's all over. I thank you very much for doing it. I will thank you if I did not speak out. Amitara, Mr. Speaker, just 1 minute. Amitara is the rising star. Mr. Speaker, Amitara is the rising star. And we have sent the best representation. This appointment will send a way to the youth of Community Street that is great hope for the future.
You have your position.
The speaker already communicated to me. He says I should be very short, and I promise you I will. was going to spend ample time to debate. But one unfortunate thing I have as a leader, whenever Honorable Aruna Koroma debates in front of me, he touches on all of the points. And it makes it very difficult. Makes it very difficult for you to debate. So that was why I agree with Honorable Deputy Speaker that I am not going to do, because there is nothing that he should say that he has not said. Thank you, my brother, for your comment. You see, this is a very critical moment that we should not be misusing. This is not the opportunity to rescind appointees. This is the opportunity to let them know that the battle has not only stopped at your appointment. The battle begins there. Because for whichever position you have been appointed, you have to be accountable. You have to ensure that you serve the people of Salafio. This is a lifetime opportunity. Among the population of over 8 million, you have been opportune, you have been fortunate to be given this position. What will be said of you after you will have left that office is very critical. Today, you've seen a good number of Sayanians. They are here. Some of them are wearing your t-shirts. Some of them are here to support you. Don't disappoint them. Don't disappoint them. Don't disappoint them. I always take the greatest exception to rescinding or impose confidence in appointees, because I am very careful of recommendations I make. I do it selectively and I do it judiciously. So at the end of the day, I don't blame myself for imposing confidence on a non-performer. But interestingly, there is an adage that says it is considered a criminal offense for somebody to discover water in the desert and be quiet about it. I am not going to be that criminal. I have watched carefully the nominees and I have interacted with some. I have seen the handwork of some of these nominees, and it will be very, very, very much bad for me to say because they are appointed to serve the SLPP, I should hold the good words I have to say about them. This morning, I had the opportunity to be interviewed in one of our radio stations, and somebody was saying all negative things about members of parliament. I had to intervene and say, no, there are good members of parliament and there are bad members of parliament. And good members of parliament is not only ascribed to one political party. There are good members of parliament in the ABC. There are good members of parliament in the SNP. So also there are good appointees in the SNP. But kindly note, I have said this countlessly, that you are not appointed into these offices because you have served SNPP. You are appointed because you are competent, because you can deliver. Mr. Speaker, let me begin with the appointees for NASIT. They say, if you want to know how beautiful your wife will be when she is old, you must look at the face of your mother-in-law. We have seen their performances. We have seen what they have done. We have interacted with them. Mr. Speaker, I will tell you with every confidence, there are some people that they will appoint. I will know that these people are not good. Because even at university days, You have people who scam you as students. You have people who they will give position and they will eat all the organization's money. You have people who are class rep that the class will contribute to buy buckets that they will never buy that bucket. So when you see them being appointed, you'll be extremely worried. Interestingly, on the other hand, Mr. Speaker, there are people whom you've met at university days that you know they are credible unions. People who cannot mortgage their integrity. People who cannot mortgage their family name. People who do everything humanly possible to rise above waters. And today, one of such persons is the proposed Director General of the National Social Security. That is Mr. Chairman Mahmoud Jallow. Interestingly, I don't know whether somebody told the president. I don't know whether somebody is with the president that always informs the president as to what he should do in terms of appointing young people. He is deputized by another person that I have known since I was in university. That is Mohamed Bangura. Mr. Speaker, permit me to deviate a little. Remember, Deputy Speaker, I have promised you not to be long. But as short as I will be, I want to deviate a little. We have always clamored for national unity. We have always clamored for national stability. It cannot be achieved if we don't cross borders. Some years ago, I had the opportunity of being enrolled at Fori College. That was when my shadows darkened the walls of the highest institution of science, academic institution of science. Say this, sir. You are correct, sir. One thing I have learned about people who attend Fori College are very bogus. When you see a small thing, they will want to complete. Okay. So I am saying this. I joined a group of young students, who think they should fight for the benefit of the entire masses. And I was told that you have to sacrifice your personal benefit. So some of us rose and stood against our lecturers. Some of us rose and stood against administration just because they trampled on the rights of the ordinary student. And today, you will agree with me, Mr. Speaker, that the choice and class and quality of young students that galvanize to seek the interest of the majority, we are not only chosen by their oratory skills, they were not only chosen by their academic performance, they were chosen because they have credibility and respect. That is the class NASIT will benefit from. A class of young people who prefer to eat gari and palm oil instead of trading their family name. A class of young people who prefer to protect their integrity at all costs instead of personal aggrandizement. a class of young people who will stand for the right of the disadvantaged instead of mortgaging their integrity. And these are the people. Amidst all that I am saying, there are seeming challenges you have to ensure that you pay attention to in NASIT. If you go to NASIT and live there without solving the problem, it would have been better you did not go there. Let me tell you, some of us are consciously guided by our actions and our words because we will be quoted one day for what we do or what we say when we were candidates. So once you get to that office, ensure that you work on the challenges you meet and try to surmount them. One thing I have noticed is that there are already groupings in offices that we are appointed to. Already groupings. There are cabals in those offices. And these are the cabals that destroy new appointees in those offices. When you are appointed to those offices, don't form a team. Don't have those you are protecting. Don't have those that you prefer over others. Ensure that you have an conduct policy. Give the staff equal opportunity, regardless to what they may have told you about them. Some of what you are told are not correct. There are lazy people in those offices who think the only way they can excel is to go against the rules of desiderata.
So this is the idea about being very great.
I'll be done soon.
That's the Fidel Castro idea.
I'll be done soon.
When he took the stance at the UN, he said, I'm going to be very, very brief. And he did 5 hours.
I'll be done soon. I cannot see myself going against the advice of the Deputy Speaker. In NASIT, you have to ensure that you improve customer service. I have had cases of people who have behaved and they are trying to access benefits of their belief or their deceased parents or deceased family members, and they have spent ages unattended to. Ensure that you expedite the process. Ensure that you put a mechanism in which Sierra Leoneans will reap the benefits of their relatives whom they have lost. I would also go briefly to the appointee for the Conservation Trust Fund. Conservation Trust Fund. What is his name again? Emerson's common brother. Yes, Mr. Ami Cheno Jalo, the proposed chairman, Board of Trustees, National Conservation Trust Fund. This is a very young man, and you have a long way to go. You have been appointed to a very senior position, regardless of your age. I have always advised young people to comport themselves while they are in office. because they have the tendency to prevent more young people from being appointed if they misbehave. Mr. Speaker, we have several other countries who generate revenue from conservation, from protected areas. They generate revenue. Like for example, when you go to Rwanda, just in 2024, they generated close to $800 million. Close to $800 million. When you go to Uganda, just for you to have a pass, to use their gorilla trekking, you pay $800 just per person. We have to develop our reservation area. We have to develop it. We have to ensure that we invest in it. In fact, when we have the opportunity, this opportunity that we are having now, we should note that you have something to pay for your services. I am one person who believes that when you are given an appointment, if you perform badly, you pay because of posterity. And when you perform very good in your office, you will also pay. Posterity will pay you. So please ensure that you do your level best. And to all the appointees, we wish you well. We as opposition, we from this bench, would not want you to fail, because we want to inherit a government that is stable. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I am telling them that we want them to succeed. There is a Creole adage that says, that goes where you get photos, not with table but some of you will have to interview in your offices because you are not so please, perform. Today, Mr. Speaker, I spoke with you personally, and my members on this side, most of them want to talk about the appointment. It's very unusual for them to meet me and say, leader, I want an opportunity. Because they are similarly grateful that you are appointed. One of such persons is the Right Honorable Tom Tucker. He wants to talk for his brother from Konobo. And another person is Honorable Alpha Jallo. He wants to talk. Yes, he wants to talk on the appointment of my own comrade of the Radicals Club. I have gone to an office and I called somebody comrade, and all his SLPP colleagues were, when did you become comrade of APC? You know, they are double comrades, they are single comrades, Timbo is a double comrade. The leader is a single comrade. You are the matter leader. Yeah, we have two teams, we have one team. They all want to win because they trust and the performance of the appointees. Because I have made a promise that I don't want to go against, I pray that you succeed in your offices. I pray that you do your level best and I pray that you create positive changes in those offices. When you are stuck and you need the assistance of Parliament, don't hesitate to reach out. We are always here. We will give you the requisite support because you are serving Sierra Leone. You are not serving just one political party. May God bless you as we expeditiously.
Man of God. Here is the leader. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable members, thank you for your contributions towards the nominees. We have other items on the other people. I'm not going to do marathon. It's not a marathon. My secretary did a very good job, and also the leader of the opposition and the deputy leader too of the governing bench. So I'm not going to do any marathon, but just a testament that we are doing a very good job at the committee stage. Because I'm taking one approval from NASIT to the Minister of Finance, and Minister of Finance, and from NASIT to Minister of Finance, vis-a-vis positively, and they are ladies. So I told you yesterday in my contribution that I am representing ladies in a very superior positions of state. So they look at them. Look at them. One of the daughters is my predecessor, and the other one a mentor. Yeah, so I want to recognize that one. I really have much to say, but I have read their resume to you. Each and every one of them, detailed profiles of them, detailed achievements, each and every one of these nominees in the professional services they are giving to this nation and beyond the borders of Sierra Leone for the incoming DG and ETA. So we are giving them very good classification and descriptions for what they have been doing. In my report, so I stand with my report. I just want to commend the outgoing DG by age. They are retired, although it pleases the president to hire and fire in this situation, it has to do with the pension scheme, the age. So I want to thank him for his marvelous job that he has done at NASIT. I hope he will continue to serve the state in another capacity as he places the president. But if he's around, Mr. Father, I want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you all for making me all proud as nominees. Keep up the good work, and I hope we continue to strive as a nation for a better Sierra Leone. These are professionals, every one of them, well seated. They all have passion for where they are going. In fact, Jabati said, in fact, where I'm going, I'm more comfortable. I have other things to do. She's retired, but she's saying I want to flex my professionalism in other areas. I've been to the I've been at the bank during my active days at NASIT, at Minister of Finance. I'm going now at NASIT. She didn't look at it like going to be an inferior position because the Minister of Finance is a superior position than the chairman of NASIT. So thank you. Look at my mentor's daughter, Isata Kabanda. She said, I have passion for research and will continue that direction. My work cannot stop me from doing research. It's my passion, my calling. Thank you. We need engineers and agriculture. Mr. Smart Kanu said, yes, I'm going as an engineer. I have worked in so many places. So I'm going there to give my advice because there's a huge area aspect at the Ministry of Agriculture. We have seen where they have constructed major bridges in this country to support the government. And Mr. Jollof at NASIT is a professional in and out of Australia for 15 years and in the financial sector, a chartered accountant, and she has been working with the Yamaha Europe, the Music Europe. We are displaying so much professionalism. In fact, this fellow in question, many of the discussion we had is like I predicted him becoming given a position in this government. I said there's a let president appoint you know, and he reminded me about that. So it's a good one. Go and make us proud. Comrade can never let this nation down. That is why comrade is serious today. We are not generals, we are comrades. If you're a general, you have to have a body. For comrades, it is a field of human. It's a field of how we live. It's a field for the common man. See, we have meaning. That is why our color is red, right in the skin. To sexy you. So we deal with that one decisively. And comrade, there is a clear distinction between a general and a comrade. A comrade can galvanize to down the general. Yeah, because of tactical approach towards the battlefield. So, colleagues, we can go on and go with observations. Thank you, all of you. I salute you. But bear in mind, before now, I read Section 62 of the Constitution that has to do with your supervisory role. I elucidated on that one when we are discussing the MNOs. And 60 just upper, you have 61 higher and fire to be celebrated as it pleases the president. But you know, as I said, you have worked well. I know in the position of other professional positions that has to do with the private sector governance. I know you know how to handle issues of governance. Finally, this is the reason why we think to strengthen women. How many women you have today? 3. Yeah. Highest position in that institution. The ministry. Deputy Minister of Agriculture 1. Doctor. Deputy Minister 2. Finance. Assistant Marine. These are the things I'm looking for. Both of them, they are going to very strong positions in those ministries. So we are not fighting gender because we are not bringing gender into play. We are not fighting it. We are trying to come gender parity. We are not only putting it on paper, but we are practicalizing it. So you calculate 7 nominees, 3 of them are women. So you are above 30%. 7, 4 men, 4 women. But in fact, they have lofty qualifications. Check them. Those ladies. All of them, they have masters, PhD. I'm not equating them with men. I'm just talking about them. They are very good people. I really with them. I will just try for people to understand. Gender has no space in our language in terms of quality of service and representation. That is what we want to kill it using the proportional representation systems, using Section 50 of the Public Elections Act 2022. We want to kill the thing that is frustrating our women. We are not in the 18th, 19th century. We are in the 21st century where we think women can play a better role in our society. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the platform. Thank you very much, colleagues, for your contributions. And I wish you all. These are 150 meters now. A short talk. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I move that the 10th report of the 10th session of the committee appointment public service. The foreign nominees for this house, as we have praised them, we have said so many good things about them. To move that in the approved by this house. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, the question is, the 10th report of the 3rd session of the 6th Parliament of the Committee on Appointments and Public Service be adopted by the House, and that the recommendations contained therein be approved. All those in favor say aye. 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 Those against say nay. Ayes.
Motion of the Committee on Appointments and the Public Service, moved by Honorable Matthew S. Numa, seconded by Honorable Aaron A. Koroma, has been approved.
On behalf of Parliament and the people of the Republic of Sierra Leone, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on your approval. Go and do something different in those offices. Thank you very much. You ready?
Government motion. The Minister of Transport and Aviation.
You see?
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, be it resolved that this honorable House hereby ratifies the following agreement which was laid on the table of the House: joint venture agreement between the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency and Shiljan Shihai Group Company Limited for the establishment, operation, management and development of the Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company Limited for the operationalization of Sierra Leone's national carrier under the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency Act. Mr. Speaker, I rise today not merely to present an agreement, but to invite the Honorable House to take a decisive step towards restoring Sierra Leone's rightful place as a maritime nation. I therefore move that Parliament ratifies the joint venture agreement between the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency and Shihai Group Company Limited for the establishment of Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company Limited, SLOSCO. This agreement gives life to the national carrier mandate created under the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency Act 2025. It transforms an act of parliament from a statement of national ambition into a functioning commercial enterprise capable of carrying Sierra Leone cargo across the seas.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, for decades, ships have entered and departed our waters, carrying our minerals, agricultural products, fuel, machinery, and consumer goods. Yet, while Sierra Leone has generated the cargo, foreign carriers have overwhelmingly earned the freight revenues. We have stood at the gateway of international maritime trade, but we have participated mainly as spectators. We have owned the cargo, but not the ships. We have created the demand, but captured too little of the value. This agreement gives us an opportunity to begin changing that reality. Mr. Speaker, as a maritime lawyer, Parliament has already restored the legal mandate for a national carrier. But a mandate alone cannot purchase vessels upon international shipping, open international shipping routes, build commercial networks, or operate a competitive fleet. Shipping requires various capital model vessels, technical competence, global market access, and experience management. Government therefore choose the responsible course to combine Sierra Leone's sovereign shipping rights with the investment, vessels, expertise, and commercial networks of an experienced international operator. Following the competitive procurement process conducted in accordance with the Public Procurement Act and supervised by the National Public Procurement Authority, Shanghai Group Company Limited emerged as the preferred strategic investor. Mr. Speaker, the purpose of this joint venture is bold, clear, and transformational. To make Sierra Leone's national carrier operational and commercially viable. SLOSCO will enable Sierra Leone to participate directly in international maritime trade, strengthen national control over strategic cargo movement, create jobs, develop maritime skills, attract investment, generate taxes and dividends, and retain within our economy a greater share of the value created by our own trade. The company will be jointly owned by the SLLSA, SLLSA will hold 30% of the issued shares, while Shanghai Group will hold 70%. The government of Sierra Leone will act only as the confirming authority and will not assume the company's commercial debt or financial obligations. This is partnership in which each side brings what is essential. Sierra Leone brings the national carrier mandate, strategic shipping rights, and the sovereign national interest. The investor brings the capital, vessels, technical expertise, operational experience, international connections, and access to global shipping markets required to make the company work. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, SLOSCO will not be a ceremonial flag carrier or a company that exists only on paper. It is designed to be fully commercial maritime enterprise. Its operations will include international cargo transportation, dry and liquid bulk shipping, container shipping, barging, transshipment, offshore logistics, and specialized maritime services, including floating production, storage, and offloading, and floating storage and offloading operations. Most significantly, the agreement envisages SLOSCO participating on commercial terms in up to 40% of Sierra Leone's import and export cargo. Honorable members, consider what that means. A meaningful share of freight revenue presently earned from moving Sierra Leonean cargo could begin contributing to Sierra Leone employment, Sierra Leonean skills, Sierra Leonean institutions, and Sierra Leonean public revenue. For the first time in many years, our country would no longer be content simply to watch its trade sail away under foreign control. Sierra Leone would once again have a direct commercial stake in carrying the goods that sustain and grow our economy. Mr. Speaker, this Honorable House is right to demand safeguards. National ambition must always be matched by accountability, transparency, and protection of the public interest. The agreement therefore establishes a 7-member board, 3 directors appointed by the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency and 4 by the Shanghai Group. Crucially, the chairmanship will be nominated by the SLNSA, ensuring Sierra Leonean leadership at the board level. SLNSA will also appoint the Chief Financial Officer and the company secretary. Significant financial transactions will require dual signatories, while major decisions, including annual budget, substantial borrowing, major asset transactions, dividend declarations, and senior executive appointment will require board approval under clearly defined procedures. The agreement further provides control over share transfers, preemption and buyout rights, structured dispute resolution and arbitration and mechanisms, and compliance with environmental standards, anti-corruption laws, and recognized principles of corporate governance. These are not decorative provisions. They are practical protections designed to ensure that commercial efficiency does not come at the expense of Sierra Leone's national interest. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, let me address directly the questions that will concern every citizen. What will this cost the government? The answer is equally direct. This agreement places no immediate financial burden on the state. Government is not required to contribute capital. Government is not required to borrow. Government is not required to provide a sovereign guarantee, and government is not required to assume contingent liabilities. Neither the government nor the Ministry of Finance is obliged to provide financial support unless such support is separately authorized in accordance with the Constitution and the Public Financial Management Act. The investor assumes the commercial risk. Sierra Leone retains the opportunity to benefit through jobs, taxes, dividends, technology transfer, institutional development, and wider economic growth. Honorable members, this is not public debt disguised as investment. It is a commercially structured partnership that seeks to mobilize private capital in support of a strategic national objective. Mr. Speaker, the true importance of this agreement cannot be measured only in ships, cargo, or balance sheets. It will create employment for Sierra Leoneans. It will support technology transfer. It will strengthen our maritime institutions. It will provide investment in the maritime school and help train new generation of Sierra Leonean seafarers, marine engineers, logistics professionals, and shipping managers. It will deepen local participation in international shipping, strengthen the logistics sector, improve government revenues, and raise Sierra Leone's profile within the global maritime industry. This is therefore not simply an investment in vessels. It is an investment in people. It is an investment in skills. It is an investment in national capability. It is an investment in Sierra Leone's long-term economic independence. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, history will not remember us merely for the agreements we debated here. It will remember us for the opportunities we seized or allowed to pass. For too long, Sierra Leone has watched others transfer our exports, carry our imports, and earn the revenues generated by trade through our own shores. We now have before us an opportunity to begin rewriting that story. This agreement does not mortgage our national assets. It does not surrender our sovereignty. It does not ask government to burden future generations with debt. Instead, it combines Sierra Leone's sovereign rights with international capital, technical expertise, and commercial capacity to build a modern national carrier that can compete, create value, and serve the national interest. The choice before this House is therefore clear. We can continue to export our cargo and import our goods while surrendering nearly all the shipping value to foreign operators, or we can take a disciplined, commercially responsible step towards participating in trade that our own economy creates. I firmly believe that this joint venture represents a historic opportunity, an opportunity to restore our maritime presence, build national capacity, create jobs, and secure a stronger economic future for our people. I therefore respectfully call upon our honorable members here across all sides of this aisle to support the ratification of this agreement, not for the benefit of one ministry, one agency, or one administration, but for the enduring benefit of Sierra Leone. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, let us give Sierra Leone more than a national carrier in law. Let us give our country a national carrier that sails, competes, earns, and carries the hopes of our nation across the world. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, be it resolved that this Honorable House hereby ratifies the following agreement which was laid on the table of the House, joint venture agreement between the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency, SLNSA, and Shihai Group Company Limited for the establishment, operation, management, and development of the Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company Limited, SLOS Group, for the operationalization of Sierra Leone's national carrier under the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency Act 2025. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Honorable members, the question is that this Honorable House ratifies the following agreement, which was laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 16 July 2026. Joint venture agreement for the operationalization of the national carrier mandate under the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency Act 2025 through the establishment of the Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company Limited, dated 16 July 2026. Yes, Honorable Governor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please be very brief.
I will. Mr. Speaker, permit me to also extend thanks to.
What's wrong with your mic?
Mr. Speaker, permit me to also extend thanks to the Chief Alhaji Fani Ture Esquire for a job well done. You know, when our learned colleagues take the podium, they most often do what we should do. He has already surmised and summarized what this joint venture agreement is all about. I will hasten to just reiterate some of the benefits that this joint venture will be bringing to Sierra Leone. But before that, I would like to lay the foundation for the edification of Sierra Leoneans that this joint venture primarily will be a relationship between the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency and another company called Shihai Group Company Limited. These two companies will come together to establish a company known as the Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company. The the primary mandate of this company is going to give Sierra Leone the opportunity for us to have our own national carrier. When we say our national carrier, is compared to, like we say, we having our own national aircraft. Our national carrier will enable us to have a vessel on the oceans, and that vessel will be charged with the responsibility of actually transporting cargo through and through Sierra Leone. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the company has a governing body, like succinctly put by the honorable minister. There is going to be a board of this company. The board is going to comprise of 7 members. 3 of those members will be nominated by appointed by the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency, and 4 of the other members will be appointed by the other partner. Further to that, even the appointment of the CEO, the deputy CEO, the finance officer, and the deputy, those responsibilities has been properly laid out. The chief executive officer and its deputy will be appointed by the Shinhan Share Group Company, and the chief finance officer will be appointed by the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency. When you actually look at what this agreement will be bringing to Sierra Leone, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we've been saying we want jobs, and His Excellency the President has promised Sierra Leone that within this time bracket, I will be providing X amount of jobs. This is one such opportunity. With this ratification, this company, that is the Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company, which will be the joint venture company between these other 2 companies, Sierra Leone Shipping Agency and the group, has a huge potential of having in excess of 300 to 400 or 500 Sierra Leoneans being employed on this company. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, it has a huge potential of us retaining our much needed foreign currency. Before now, Mr. Speaker, foreign currencies that used to come within the marine sector used to be owned by carriers that were owned by foreign companies. Because we are going to own our own national company, we will be retaining a huge chunk of these foreign resources, these foreign currencies, and those foreign currencies will be retained within the Sierra Leonean economy. Another third advantage that this joint venture agreement will be bringing to Sierra Leone is the fact that it will generate the much needed resources that this nation needs. I mean, this company will be paying taxes. I mean, there will be a clear revenue stream that this company will definitely bring to the Republic of Sierra Leone. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this company the shares of this company will be distributed first. The Sierra Leone National Shipping Authority Agency will have 30%, and the Shinhan Group will have 70%. But most importantly, Mr. Speaker, all of these activities is going to be of no cost to the government of Sierra Leone. The government and the people of Sierra Leone will benefit hugely with no cost. The Ministry of Finance, all ministries, departments and agencies are insulated of either providing or guaranteeing any debt or even issuing a sovereign guarantee. Meaning the financial resources for the sustenance of this company is going to be borne predominantly by the second party, call it Party B in joint venture. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, without much ado, the legal framework is well laid down. The laws governing these companies are going to be the laws of Sierra Leone, unless otherwise will be actually referred to arbitration. Without much ado, it's a non-contentious agreement that will bring in much benefit to Sierra Leone. I beseech you all to hastily pass this agreement so that the benefits that are enormous will be enjoyed by the people of Sierra Leone.
Yes, Honorable Tambakeli. After Honorable Tambakeli.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First and foremost, let me thank the Minister for the innovative idea of having Sierra Leone to have its own national shipping company, so that we can have control over the exportation and importation of items into our country. And for all the advantages my learned friend has pointed out, I have just one concern, Mr. Speaker. Fact, the shareholding is my main concern. Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency is already an existing entity. It has what we call goodwill. In all commercial transactions, the goodwill is a significant asset. How was that goodwill valued? Does that 30% reflect the goodwill, the expertise, everything that has been gathered by the Sierra Leone National Shipping Company over the years? Mr. Speaker, you recall when the finance minister was there with us, he floated the idea of us having significant control over our own resources, like it used to be in the days of NDMC. I come from Kono. You recall that NDMC had 49%, the government of Sierra Leone had 51%. The company did not abandon Kono to say, oh, no, this is not good for us. In fact, they intensified mining operations. So, in other words, Mr. Minister, much as I applaud his effort and I thank you for that, consideration should be given to upping the shareholding of Sierra Leone, taking into account that the Sierra Leone National Shipping Company is an existing entity and it has goodwill in every commercial transaction. It's a significant factor. So with that said, Mr. Speaker, I do commend, and again I end by thanking the minister, but please give consideration to increasing the shareholding of Sierra Leone. I mean, the Minister of Finance is thinking, he has innovative ideas, and I pray he's able to effectuate and actualize those ideas so that we have finally control over our own resources. If you come with your capital, you want to invest, you want to mine our rutile, etc. Well, fine, we don't have the money, but the rutile itself, that asset we have, should be a significant factor in determining the shareholding. So thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The leader of the opposition.
You know that constituency. You know that constituency. You. William Stanley no get constituency.
If I have my way out, if someone don't clear my throat, I will take it. For two reasons. One, for the information and for the information of the public. The Parliamentary Christian Fellowship, which you formed, is your aim.
We have to send it
as asked.
As
asked. The egg has asked.
Like a very good legacy.
And when we saw a chick, it's a chick of an eagle. And less than 1 year, that eagle is now king of the sky. It is your baby, and it's the fastest growing Christian group in Sierra Leone right now.
Amen.
Amen. As a man of the spirit.
Amen.
God is telling me something about you. He says he so commends you so much by establishing his altar in this law-making institution. And he is about to overbless you to the extent that not only to bless you, but he wants to bless all those who bless you. And he wants to curse all those who curse you. That's the extent of the blessing in package for you.
Anybody who bless you will be blessed.
Amen.
Anybody who curse you will be cursed.
Amen. That's a very good one today.
But that's one more thing you need to do. That one, I will tell you private. Just do one more thing, and then that blessing will come. And for information, by the grace of God, by His mercies, I'm to minister tomorrow. I will minister tomorrow at that Parliamentary Christian Fellowship for about 20 minutes. And the topic is when heaven signs your receipt. When heaven signs the receipt. So I invite all of you tomorrow, be you Christian or Muslim, please just come and listen. Just listen. When heaven signs the receipt, what will it look like? I would just like it to one. We are all above 30 years here. How did you feel at the 11 years work? At the end of the 11 years work, how did you feel when former president former president Tijan Kaba announced in just 3 words, the war is over. The war is over. How did you feel? From your panic, from your fear. Now the president has announced the war is over. Come tomorrow. You will see similar pronouncements on your behalf. On that note, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this document before us is a very good one.
Don't allow business to be done. That's not how I let no allow business.
Most times, I have a challenge right now. For one of the churches I represent as the legal advisor, some of those so-called international funders, donors, intend to lease their school for them to operate it from the local church in exchange for $7,000 every year. So why did they think that the local school, the local church, of which under which the school operates, cannot or should not operate in their own school? Why should we take it and you operate it for them? You know. So joint venture is something like an alternative to absolute lease. When you enter into joint venture, you come, but you will not be behind. Wherever you go, I go. Whatever you say, I say. Whatever decision you take, I will take. So I will not be disadvantaged at any stage. Thank you, Mr. Minister, for ensuring that in this particular venture, government and the people of Sierra Leone will not be disadvantaged at any stage. We will have a say. That's the rationale of joint venture. I will not let you alone do it. Let us do it. And in this one, the Sierra Shipping Agency is party A, and then the Chinese company, which is difficult to pronounce, is party B. And then they all come together now and form a new company. They are one party to that company. That company is now called Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, this joint venture is for 25 years. It's for 25 years, but it's subject to renewal of 5 years, and the option of the parties, meaning it is not by force. What we approve today, 25 years, is certain, except if there is a material breach, the termination may come in. But in the absence of a material breach, 25 years, sure. After 25 years, at the option of the parties, you can renew 5 years. which is standard. It is not strange. It is not strange. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the shares between those joint venture companies on the Sierra Leone side is 30%. On the foreign company side, the Chinese, is 70%. Sometimes as I read that one, I became a little bit dissatisfied. But that is 70. I'm not an expert, but I know marine resources is great. It's great. And I even saw mention of possibility of oil exploration. I saw something there. Something touching on oil in our marine world. I don't know if I'm correct, but Mr. Minister, in your response, please clarify that. I saw something circling around oil. Exploration of oil. Of course, fish industry, that's sure. But I saw something on oil. So just that 70, well, that's been done. And you know, my incapacity, and when I say me, I mean parliament, my incapacity to change it has never satisfied me. That is why I'm supposed to have reluctant to give a say or to have a say on such agreement, because my conscience tells me you can do nothing. It's not your sovereignty. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, for this particular one, government can look to the Sierra Leone side of the agreement, but government is not a real party. You cannot sue government on any breach. Government is not a party. That one, I think, is good, because somebody tells me, of which I believe, that government is not a good businessman. Government is not a good businessman. What government ought to do is to allow private sector to take over, and then they hold on to monitoring and collection of taxes at all levels, no leakage. The role of government is to identify more tax base, focus on the tax base and collect, and leave the business to private sector. Thank you, Mr. Minister, for proving that government is not a good businessman. It should focus on collecting taxes and looking for other opportunities to broaden the tax base. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, when I saw provision under dispute resolution, it refers to an arbitration outside this country, in London. You know what? You know how I feel. So that's that one. I just recall the day I was baptized at the court of appeal. I was baptized, my first baptism. My first baptism, I hated practicing. I never on that day. We were for the plenty. And then late Charles Moses was for the defendants. Before the High Court, presided by Justice Brahma, the issue was, the agreement says, in the event of any dispute, the dispute shall be settled under Chinese law in China. That is all. In the event of any dispute, we shall use Chinese law in China. And then there was a dispute where this defendant owes the plaintiff sums of money, close to $1.5 million. So Brahma, during the trial, established, did you owe the plaintiff? The defendant said, yes, I owe 1.5. They said, I want $1.5 million. When were you supposed to pay this money?
just by example, since I was supposed to pay in March, and this is August, you were supposed to pay in March. Yes, I was supposed to pay in March. But have you paid? Say, no, I have not paid. But I actually owe you. Nothing is paid. So grandma goes, true. You owe this back. Why can't you pay? Pay. If you owe him, then pay. So he owed in our favor. So as long as I pay, they are paid on the grounds that the High Court has no jurisdiction to preside over such matter because of the agreements. The agreement says the traditional shall apply, not the Israeli law. So in the matter of appeal, the appeal was allowed. That was my first baptism. The appeal was allowed, and we failed just because of that provision. So when I saw this one, I was not happy. But can I change it? The answer is no. But why? Under which law? I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, we should have power to adjust in the interest of this country. But if it comes here, I cannot change anything. I'm sorry, I cannot change. I cannot change. This evaluation works, I cannot change. But there are other agreements. There are other agreements. I read another, the last one. That one is the best model. If I had my way, I would have said the other 3 agreements include plus these 4. For being formatting the 5th one, or the 3 copy the 4th one. We use those models. But the arbitrators, there shall be 3. 3 arbitrators. The 3 arbitrators want to be nominated by one party, they want to be nominated by the other party. And then they say now, the 3rd shall be nominated by a neutral body. A neutral body from anywhere, we don't know. But in the other agreements, it says the first option lies with the 2 parties to agree on the 3rd person. In the event the 2 parties do not agree, then the final one now, without which nobody can appeal, is that the two arbitrators, if you the parties, you have the chance to appoint a 3rd, you cannot, then you appointed me on your behalf, he was appointed on his behalf, we appointed 2 arbitrators, we can appoint a 3rd. That's fair enough. But for the arbitrators to be appointed by foreign body from nowhere, from where, I don't know. It may be compromised. Or somebody may have something in mind that has been arranged even before coming here. But can I change it? The answer is no. Mr. Speaker, this one is also unacceptable. The provision for tax is also unacceptable. Tax exemptions is also unacceptable. It says when any time necessary, tax exemptions, government will decide to exempt tax whenever necessary. So meaning, if it is not necessary for the entire term of the joint venture agreement, there is no need. While in others, tax exemption has a caveat. Government allow tax exemptions on certain goods, importation of machinery or others, raw materials and the like, for 3 years. Then after that, you pay. That's fair enough. But to say tax exemptions unlimited, it can be 1 year, it can be 1 day. I will impose tax in the next day. I can impose tax in the next 1 week. Or I can choose not to impose for the entire 25 years. You just leave it open. Can I change it? No. Are you satisfied with that situation? As far as we can do nothing. That is the situation. We can do nothing. support for the others encourage me. But for this one, government can decide to exempt or impose as and when it thinks necessary. It allows impunity, it allows corruption. And so two provisions here, very good. They intend to establish a marine school. That marine school, workers for the company will be trained professionally. And I believe once they are trained professionally, they will work, use their profession for the betterment of the company and by extension the people of this country. That will even minimize expatriate influx into this country. And we as committee, we as parliament, it is our responsibility to make sure this particular provision is enforced. Let that one be established quick. The Marine College be established quick. On that note, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I urge that we approve or ratify this agreement. Although as the situation is, it is very pathetic. I don't know under which law you cannot change, and if you see any problem, it remains that way. That's the thing. But for now, there's no need because there are more goodies. So we cannot change. We cannot throw it. We cannot annul it. In fact, it does not fall under subsection 7 of section 170. It cannot fall under that. If I'm moving for any changes, except I use section 3, subsection 3. But this one does not even fall under subsection 7 of section 170. No, it does not apply. So I believe in the minister, I believe in his capacity, and I believe there is no perfect agreement on that. There must be some small problems. So on that note, I believe that we ratify this agreement, especially from this side, we support the agreement. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I see before me here today a non-controversial agreement, joint venture. Minister Siba has opened the floodgates of joint venture. 2 weeks ago exactly, we ratified a joint venture agreement that gave the government of Sierra Leone 30% and the partner 70%. Another agreement we see before that today gives government 30%, 70% to the partner. This is so good. Joint venture agreements all over the world today has unlocked the potential of government. And this is just what this agreement has done. Unlocking the potential of government through trade, whether it is mining, fisheries, agriculture. That is just what this joint venture agreement has done. Joint venture, a country can benefit from it quickly. Today we struggle with agriculture. I hope that the Minister of Agriculture will cut a page from the diary by bringing joint venture. Bring the Chinese, tell them that we have the land, let them bring the technologies and the money. Farm. If you are privileged to go through Asia, you realize you travel for 50 miles, you see maize farm. That's joint venture. That is just what we want to see today. So this agreement will unlock fisheries potential, agricultural potential, and mining mineral wealth potential. According to the UN Conference on Trade, we read that 80% of mechanized moves are transported by sea. Can you imagine? Whether it is through PPP or BOT. That is it, 80%. So you could see a potential of joint venture. That's the statistics from the UN, 80% of most of the trade that are done today globally have done through the sea. And this is just what Minister Fande Ture has brought before the House. What will be our role as members of Parliament in ratifying this? Definitely the President has that mandate. Section 40 of the Constitution, he can enter into any agreement on behalf of the state. And he has given that power to his ministers to enter into any agreement. But without prejudice, it is us Parliament that can ratify. And this is the leverage we have. And that is just what we are doing. When I read the agreement, I noticed that in the preamble, B actually gives birth between Slansa and Zehen, slope to be represented by it, an agreement right in preamble B, actually unasked the agreement. And the agreement is so interesting that it has to, for the agreement to understand that it does not have monopoly or elastic power, it is a must, in the same preamble, must register with the National Investment Board. Compulsory, this is so good. Article 3, enforce shareholding rights. 70% to the investor, 30% to us. And within 20 days, after we have ratified this, the agreement is saying starting should be set up, and within 30 days, the board should also be set up. The agreement is so rich in content. I was privileged last year to get a ride on a train in Lagos in one of our localized meetings of ECOWAS. Myself and Honorable Abukaro got a train ride in Lagos. It won't have come by, but through joint venture that you are taking today. You are undertaking today joint venture. And this is it. Joint venture. Dr. Shakasili committed an unforgivable sin in 1972 by depriving the people of Penemu a train. Yes, right. Depriving the people of Losa a train. Today, you are instituting a joint venture that will open a floodgate for many Sierra to enter the same agreements. And in this agreement, the writers or those that entered the agreement are foreshadowing. In Article 9, we see deadlock. It is very important. Deadlock can always happen. Joan Galton, the father of peace and conflict resolution, made us to know that whatever happens in any situation, conflict is always and will always happen, and it is necessary that it must happen. And he also pinpointed that two things are always responsible for conflict. Number one, resources. Number two, control. These two things, check it. Wherever one goes, look for the underlying factors of conflict. These two things, they can never be absented. One, the resources, the money. Two, control, who should be in power. And this agreement is saying 30 days should be given. That's a very long time. Let's settle our differences. 30 days, if we cannot, whatever deadlock happening in Article 9, if we cannot, then there will be no remedy. Let's end to the court. For 30 days, that's usually enough. Mr. Speaker, this is a non-controversial agreement, and we therefore not waste time. I only kept a few recommendations for the minister. Few recommendations. If I ratify a verified agreement like this, few recommendations, we cannot reject it. We are only ratifying it. We do not have that mandate. What are we saying? Number one, respectfully, I will submit the following recommendation. One, mandatory periodic parliamentary performance review should always happen. Number two, independent annual financial and operational audit report should be always published publicly so that we will know whether this joint venture is helping the people of Sierra Leone or it is already helping the investor. That is periodic for transparency and accountability. It is said at the local level, the local government acts that councils are mandated to publish their revenue and they receive government revenue should be published on one notice board. So number three, I would recommend that clearly define key performance indicators covering profitability, cargo volumes, fleet expansion, on local employment and capacity development. We want to see the local content being seen. We know that definitely expatriate will come. And would you want them to go with all that experience? I see opportunity of training our locals so that in a year or two, our locals will start holding managerial position. That is also what we recommend. We also recommend strong local content obligation in this agreement. Let it be seen. Number 4, we also recommend full compliance with international maritime governance and environmental standards. And lastly, I will recommend a transparent revenue sharing framework. Let it be seen. Transparent revenue sharing framework that guarantees the people of Sierra Leone receive measures of economic benefits from the operationalization of SNOW. Such safeguards will ensure that our country is benefiting. Joint venture is very, very important, Mr. Speaker. We know how the wherewithal, especially the money and the technology, where this country, Sierra Leone, we actually engaged in a lot of joint ventures. Who we are? You go to the USA or the UK today, most of the businesses they have little or less limit on governance, but joint ventures. Joint ventures. I begin to see the potential of our youth through joint ventures. We struggle. Joint ventures. Joint ventures. We look forward, not only from youth, but from other government ministers to bring agreements to this world where all of us will benefit. Mr. Speaker, I want to all members from both sides for us to learn voice with a quick approval of this final agreement. I thank you very much.
Please, briefly.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, let me at the outset show my gratitude to honorable members here for firstly the kind words pertaining to the agreement, and secondly for the observations which both sides of the aisle has made, and then thirdly for the recommendations that have been made here today. I want to assure honorable members that I took copious note of all the recommendations, the comments made, and this is the reason why we will be reviewing the agreement every 5 years. So we have taken note of these recommendations, and I want to assure the House that we will ensure that we do more in the best interest of Sierra Leone. It was a very difficult negotiation. Difficult because we all know the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency, where it has come from. And again, you have this company coming in saying that we will provide the vessel, and the shipping agency does not have a single vessel. We will provide the capital, and this Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency does not have the capital. They were really struggling. Thirdly, they said they are going to build a maritime school. Honorable members, this is a very, very difficult decision. Being that we are not providing a single cent, but like my learned colleague said, that for the goodwill, and also I took note of what my learned senior here said about the issues that he has mentioned. We will definitely look into those issues especially when reviewing the agreement. But one thing is clear, that we have 7 board members, and those major decisions that will be taken, out of those 7 board members, we will have the chair to the board. And no major decision will be taken without going through the board. Finance as well, when it comes to transparency. For finance, Sierra Leone or a Sierra Leonean will be the chief finance officer in ensuring that everything that is done there will be done in line with our laws. Once again, I want to thank members of Parliament, honorable members, and the honorable Speaker for this. And Mr. Speaker, honorable members, be it resolved that this honorable House hereby ratifies the following agreement which was laid on the table of the House. Joint venture agreement between the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency and the Shihad Group Company Limited for the establishment, operation, management, and development of the Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company Limited, SLOSCO, for the operationalization of Sierra Leone's national carrier under the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency Act 2025. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Honorable members, the question is that this Honorable House ratifies the following agreement as stated. It was laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 16 July 2026. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Government motion by the Minister of Transport and Aviation has been ratified.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. You believe? Next.
Government motion, the Minister of Trade and Industry.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, be it resolved that this honorable House hereby ratifies the following agreements which were laid on the table of the House on Friday, 31st July 2026. First agreement, agreement between the government of Sierra Leone and Southern African Manufacturing Limited, SAM, dated March 2026. The second agreement, an agreement between the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Real Valley Foods Limited, dated March 2026. The third one, an agreement between the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Five Star Food Industries Sierra Leone Limited, Freetown, dated February 2026. And the fourth one is an agreement between the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Rocksen Sierra Leone Limited for establishing a clinical grinding and cement manufacturing plant at Kisi, Freetown, Sierra Leone. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of this House, let me start with the first agreement, that is Solid Africa Manufacturing Limited. As all of us are aware, Sierra Leone is a highly import dependency country, particularly when it comes to food products. Among some of these products include confectionaries like biscuits, and again, this is largely driven by the fact that we're experiencing a lot of urbanization, not only within Freetown, but in the majority parts of the country. And also, as we continue to have an increasing middle class, it means our dietary needs and habits are also changing. In that case, Solid Africa Manufacturing Company is a limited liability company established under the Company Act Number 5 of 2009 and registered under the laws of Sierra Leone with the company certificate and incorporation number already indicated in the agreement. This company intends to invest about $41 million to construct a 7,000 square meters modern factory equipped with automated production lines for biscuits and confectionaries designed with modular capacity for future expansion. This company will produce a diversified range of biscuits and confectionery products, including 20 plus biscuit varieties and multiple confectionery lines that include candies, lollipops, toffees, chocolate bars, chocolate coated wafers, and seasonal sweets, with the primary objective of trying to meet one of the government's strategic objectives of promoting private sector investment in the confectionery sector. As all of us are aware, such an agreement has significant benefits and also has major strategic relevance. One of them is a significant reduction in our foreign exchange, a significant reduction in the amount of foreign exchange we used to import. It means if we are able to establish this industry, we reduce on the amount of forex we use to import most of these products. Again, this will help improve our industrial capacity and also strengthen our agro-processing linkages. For the records, in 2023, the quantity of biscuits and confectionery imported is about 18,235 metric tons. In 2024, the number increased to 23,549 metric tons. And in 2025, it continued to go up again, 23,837.65 metric tons. It means we have a systematic increase in the demand for these confectionery products. So again, with this in mind, and the investment of $41 million for the construction of 7,000 square meters modern factory, I hereby wish to request honorable members of this house to approve because of the following benefits this will bring to the country. One, this agreement, when completely executed, will improve on the quality and standards of confectionery and food production sectors, which will also promote competitiveness and made in Sierra Leone. This is consistent with major international agreements we are signatories to, particularly the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme and the African Continental Free Trade Area. It provides an opportunity for us to take advantage of what we have and what we can produce. The agreement will also create a strong import substitution drive that will decrease import volumes and increase export volumes as well as meet domestic demands. Again, Honorable Speaker and members of this House, if you approve this agreement, this company will continue to support locally owned businesses, particularly SMEs, through targeted procurement and also sourcing of specific Sierra agricultural goods that are required for this. With this in mind, honorable members of this House, I hereby give this submission for the Solid Africa Manufacturing Company, which is the first of the agreements I will present in here. I will now proceed to the second one. The second one is Real Food Values Limited. Again, I emphasize this when it comes to the importation of frozen and processed poultry foods, or when it comes to the consumption of this, we largely depend on importation. Things and foods like nuggets, sausages, and other related products, and other poultry products that are highly consumed and largely imported in this country. Interestingly, the demand for this product has increased over the last number of years for so many reasons. First, the rapid urbanization within Freetown itself and other secondary cities in the country, from Bo, Kelema, Kono, and Makeni. There is also a rapid growth in fast food outlets and hospitality sector in the country. In previous years, you only find most of these fast food outlets in the city of Freetown. Today, they are all over the country, whether from Kono, Bo, or anywhere. As I said earlier, as we continue to have As we continue to have a middle class, and as the number of the middle class increases, it means people have extra income to be able to spend. This has also forced people to have change in dietary preferences towards convenient protein sources that includes what I have mentioned earlier. Generally, we have also seen an expansion in supermarkets and cold chain retail across the country. All of these provide opportunities for us. Members of this house, it will interest you to know that in 2023, 40 to 50,000 metric tons of this frozen food was imported in country, and the import value was about $50 to $60 million. In 2024, it was about 45,000, and again, as the prices continue to increase, the import value was about $55 to $65 million. And in 2025, the import value is about $60 to $70 million. Poultry imports represent one of the largest food import categories that if we increase domestic production, that can significantly reduce our import dependency on most of these products. Today, we have seen the number of poultry that has sprung up. We are producing most of the local chickens we consume. We are producing eggs, so I think it's also important that whatever we are producing are used to manufacture chicken nuggets, sausages, and the like. This will also strengthen SMEs and the local industries that are related to that sector. So Real Value Foods intends to spend about $20 million in constructing a modern food production line, establish a state-of-the-art multidimensional food processing plant for the production of meat processing and frozen food varieties such as sausages, chicken franks, nuggets, meating, and big fossil-loaded market with a capacity of 1,000 metric tons per year. Consistent with the benefits I earlier stated for other companies, one, this company will provide job opportunities. It is expected that once fully functional, it will provide about 150 direct jobs and about 300 indirect, and also support local industries and support jobs in that industry. The company will also strongly support and promote quality and standard in live production, which is a key input for frozen products. Again, all of us are aware how much government has spent for the fixed load project, and livestock production is a key element of that. So if we have a factory in that sector, it means whatever animal we are able to produce, whether it's cow, sheep, goats, and the like, we can use our local products rather than continue to import. And this will provide a lot of jobs and also increase investments in those sectors. The coming activities will increase domestic production, decrease of course import volumes. Again, the company will strongly support other value chain actors, especially farmers' organizations in poultry and livestock. Whilst we are carrying out this activity, Mr. Speaker, honorable members of this House, the rest assured that we carry out a lot of consultations across a lot of private sectors so that we are able to understand exactly what are the financial implications, environmental and social safeguard implications, and we took note of that strongly. And we are also strongly linked standards bureau to make sure that the minimum requirements and standards that are required nationally are met. Mr. Speaker and honorable members of this House, this is the second agreement I'm presenting this evening for your approval. I'll now proceed to the third one. The third agreement is an agreement between Five Star Industry and the government of Sierra Leone. Five Star Industry is a limited liability company established under the Companies Act No. 5 of 2009 under the laws of Sierra Leone. Its certificate incorporation number that is included in the agreement. They intend to invest about $25 million, and the expansion is already going to construct a modern production factory, establish a state-of-the-art multi-dimensional food processing plant for the production of food varieties such as Maggi cubes, seasoning cubes, milk powder, packaging, cereal packaging, chocolate powder, and spaghetti for the Sierra Leone market and also once we exceed production, we can also expand. I'm happy to inform this house that the African seasoning and spice market is valued at about approximately $24.4 billion. And as a country, these are commodities we largely import, and the consumption has increased simply because of household cooking, restaurant and food vendors, institutional feeding for schools, the military, hospitality sector. So it means that a lot of West African countries produce over 100 million season cubes, and these are consumed on a daily basis. Since we are heavily dependent on imports of these seasonal products, I think it's also important that we try to produce it locally. So this company, in turn, as I said earlier, has already started their expenditure, and they are spending. They intend to spend up to $25 million to establish this factory. And the benefits are mutual, like all other companies, in terms of provide jobs. We utilize our local goods that we produce and products that are produced locally. It will help us with import substitution and provide adequate foreign exchange for the country itself. And finally, if we have produced beyond what we can consume, we can also export to generate additional foreign exchange for the country. Honorable Speaker and members of this House, let me also now take this opportunity to present the final agreement I have here this evening, which is an extension and renewal of the agreement between Rockson Limited and Sierra Leone. As all of us are aware, construction is one of the booming industries and one of the booming activities in the country today. It will be interesting to note that on a monthly basis, we consume about 110,000 metric tons a month, which is about 2,200,000 bags of cement. For the last couple of years, there were times there were shortage of cement, but since this government took over, it has supported the expansion of this industry. Today, as I talk to you now, there is a company that is test running locally produced cement. They are test running, and hopefully will open that factory in the next couple of months. But a factory that has been, and a company that has been in that sector, that has supported government and the people of this country, is Rockson. Again, it's registered under the Companies Act, and it has initially invested about $25 million to construct a repackaging factory that repackaged cement dust imported in large bags into 50 kilogram bags to test the CRD market, with the primary objective of striving to meet one of the government's objectives of promoting private sector investment in the construction sector. However, to date, they have proceeded to procure a cement grinding mill and the construction of a state-of-the-art multidimensional and full-scope cement grinding plant with a capacity of 500,000 tons per year at full capacity. And this is located in Kisii Freetown. I want to take this opportunity to invite Mr. Speaker, honorable members of this House, to visit the facility here in Kisii. Over the past couple of years, this company has played a key role in terms of providing jobs and in terms of importing cement. They have contributed to make sure that there is a consistent supply of cement in the country, and they've paid in terms of taxes between 10 to 14 billion euros per vessel in taxes to government. Again, cement is one of those commodities we not only consider as essential, but it's also become a security commodity. Whenever there is a shortage in the market or we don't have enough, there is always a negative response from the public. I recall a couple of months ago when, because of all these global challenges in supply chain and the world, there was a slight shortage and there was a slight increment in the price. Again, the general outcry was strong. But as a government, we continue to support that process and make sure that we always create the enabling environment for these companies to thrive. And again, if this company is fully supported, this agreement is approved, we'll end up producing far more cement that is required. So that provides an opportunity to export and create and generate adequate foreign exchange for us. It also provides an opportunity for us to develop small local manufacturing companies, especially those in construction. And because of the efforts government has done over the last couple of years, everywhere in the country you go today, irrespective of whether it's a village or whatever, because of the availability of cement, we see that a lot of very good houses are coming up across the country, from villages, from Bintin to Samale to Tim to everywhere. You can see very beautiful houses coming up because we have a consistent supply of cement. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of this house,
Mr. Minister, don't over-canvas.
Mr. Speaker, honorable member of this house,
The members have read the document.
be it resolved that the honorable house hereby ratifies the following agreements which were laid on the table of the house on Friday, 31st July 2026.
Honorable members, the question is that this honorable house ratifies the following agreements which were laid on the table of the house on Friday, 31st July 2026. Agreement between the government of Sierra Leone and Solid Africa Manufacturing Limited, SAM, dated March 2026. Agreement between the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Real Value Foods Sierra Leone Limited, dated March 2026. Agreement between the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Five Star Food Industries Sierra Leone Limited, Freetown, dated February 2026. An agreement between the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Roxel Sierra Leone Limited for establishing a clinker, grinding and cement manufacturing plant at Isi, Freetown, February 2026. Yes, Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, let me take again this opportunity to thank the Minister for bringing these agreements here. I am going to merge them, merge the consumables and non-consumable. I will merge the three because they are all interrelated. They have all the interrelated functions. We consume, they produce, we ask for job facilities, and we want to see or to encourage made in Yaso, SO2. What we produce here, we eat here. That is what we are hearing about. All these agreements, like the solid food, because we are now catering again for the youngsters, not only us. This toffee sweet that you see, it creates love and sweetness in the children. And let me tell you, sweet is what I campaign with. Sweets are sweets. They are very important. That is what I campaign with. Whenever I want to go on campaign, I carry my candies and biscuits. That helps. And I will remember vividly one day an old woman said, this woman na sacrifice you don't need to. When you dey big pikin, SO2, when you dey big pikin, wetin he wants, wetin dey desire, wetin he will buy. And that is sweet. So I'm very much happy when I saw this particular agreement in producing biscuits. In those days we are having that for factory, but now it's I'm not there. There's not much information about natural factory. This is what we are expecting. I'm also talking about frozen food. This is very important because sometimes when you go to the social media, you see, I don't know whether it's true or false. You will see they just grind meat, and at the end of it all, you will see some animals, even humans. You see them grinding it and packaging them. We just eat. We don't know. That is where we have series of illnesses in the country. But now, if we are producing them here, we'll see, because we are employing our youth. They will see whether they are producing it, because when you produce, you taste. You cannot go and produce thing that is archaic, then you expect to eat. You too, you have life. So to produce these things here, I believe they have done justice for us in Sierra Leone. I don't think all these four, that's why I said we merge the consumables.
because we are talking about job facilities, job creation, and also to encourage the SMEs, because we can even help the farmers. We are seeing so many factories, so many poultries going around. They too can help. We encourage our women. We are asking to empower women. Those are the areas. They can help. They can bring their eggs. Because if they have these factories now, they will come and buy some of the food that they give their chickens or whatever. They will help them. And that is what we will ask Mr. Minister, so that they can bring more these supplies, so that they can help our young women, our farmers, to help them do their productions. And coming to the non-consumable, I think we are all happy. These have a discouraged monopoly, because, like, first, you can buy cement here 2,000, 20,000, 200,000 or 80,000 or whatever you call it. When you go, the more you further you go, the higher the prices. The further you go, the higher the prices. I remember one time we invited the dealers at Committee Room 1, wherein we asked them why the inflation, because you find out that there were few people just importing or trying to bring cement here. Few people. So they just think of any number. We are all beneficiaries, because we build in our constituencies, we build our own houses. So we were also affected. Like people, honorable members who are living in the Far East. If you buy Far East like Kailam, they first raise that concern. When they buy cement here, the time they reach in Kailam, it's double the price. But let me tell you now, with the coming of the various industries, now the cement has reduced considerably. Instead of 200, I asked one of the dealers. He said instead of 200,000, now you'll be buying wholesale for 150 or 140, because they have discouraged monopoly. And this place that you are talking about, EPC, we have gone there on oversight. It's a massive building, and we are so impressed. All of us who went there, we are so impressed because of the work. Although some people we are saying, no, this place is tight, this place, when we arrive at the school cross, we find ways and means where we park the trucks. When you come and buy, then you can find your truck to come and collect your goods. Then we also advise him to have warehouse outskirts, so that as they produce, they can carry the product at one of the areas around, so that you will not have time again to come down to town to come and buy cement. So with this, I don't want to bore you, because we have all read the document, and the minister was trying to convince us or to campaign us, but we have read the documents. And seeing is believing. We will go there ourselves on oversight, because we have been given the mandate to oversee. We can go there on notice. We can write them. We can even invite them to Parliament, so that they bring all their documents, we go through. But now we have even changed our dynamics. We go paperless. You just bring us one hard copy, then you send your information in our various
Honorable Weata, can you please come?
You bring your information in our emails. I think that is the problem. So for the production of Maggi again, we have sea here, and if you go down to Shigbe, you will have shrimps. You don't have again to go, because sometimes some of these Maggis, they just draw the figures or draw the items on the Maggi. It's not like that. So you have they will pack salt here, and we are saying hypertension. It's salty. So now with the production of Maggi and the other items that the factories will produce, we'll go there ourselves to see all what is consumable. We'll go there for ourselves to see. And I'm urging all the honorable members, the committee members, and even other people, and even the honorable members who are in that various areas, Please go there and see. Go there and see, because you are representing your people. You want to see your people in good condition, and go to that factory to see whether they are adhered. And we are longing to wait for, we are waiting for the invitation to go and see the production of this mammoth industry that they have opened there. And also, I want you to encourage them to engage the stakeholders and not to forget the corporate social responsibilities, because this is what we rely on. Now, if they go there, they have bills all around. Traders who are trading there will no longer trade. So we are encouraging Mr. Minister. We are encouraging you to please tell them to continue their corporate social responsibilities, especially in terms of schools and religious areas. We are encouraging you so that you tell them, and also to create job facilities for the people around there. Now we are talking about out of country, out of Sierra Leone, out of Freetown. So we also encourage you we will also tell you to encourage them so that they can employ the people out there, and also the youths around. Don't say we will go out of Freetown to go and bring youths to come and work. You employ them, because His Excellency has said we create job facilities, and that is why he's encouraging these investors to come. Also, we also encourage you to engage Standards Bureau. In as much as we are saying we want them, we don't want trademark. We don't want trademark. We also encourage Standards Bureau to be visiting them so that they give us quality, not quantity. Let them give us quality food. Because when we say now Israel, maybe Israel, they can just give us any jack and give. We will go there. Let us make sure we give quality production. We will not be crying for our mother. They will start to ask for our great grandmothers. We want to make sure you give us the mothers so that you can enjoy the life of your mother. So that is why that is just a sign. And also, I don't want to bore you, because we have all read, we have all seen, we have all listened to you. The only thing you encourage is the SMEs, so that they too can enjoy the facilities. But these documents, the 4 documents are not controversial, especially the consumables. They are interrelated. They all have the same facilities almost, because they are consumables to feed for the children. So we cater. That is how SFP does. Now, Umrah Party SO2. It caters for every sector. Now we have catered for the young girls, the youngsters, the young children out there, because we don't normally eat sweets. Only my sister here, my in-law, normally eat sweets. I know she is happy also, because we are having now the factory here to be producing sweets. But make sure, don't eat so much, because we will be talking about another illness. With that, Mr. Speaker and honorable members, we just encourage you we encourage them, we go there on oversight. We encourage them to maintain the standard and to make sure the environment, because they will go there. And when there is an oversight, don't rely on trade. There are other committees that will visit them, like labor. They will visit them to see if they are adhere on the job creation, if they have employed the youths, and even women. We want to see women. In fact, those who are producing this market, we want to see more women there, because it's our area. Please, we want to see more women there. If we go there, we are not only asking them to employ 30%, but we ask them to employ more than 30%, 50%, because it's their area. They will be seated there. And let me tell you, what even the men can do, women can do it better. They can work more than that. So we are asking them, campaigning again, so that they will have more women. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I will go there. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, all these documents, they are good, and I only hope when they say agreements, they adhere the term, because we are facing another agreement that somebody has flouted the agreement. We make sure if they say it's 2 years, 2 years and 5 years to be renewable, you make sure you adhere. Because if you go out of track, we'll start to drag the institutions that violate what we pass here. We are here from this morning. We are debating. We are trying to put things together. Yes, if we say 5 years, if you want to renew, to renegotiate, you are there, they can go there and renegotiate, then you can bring it back to Parliament. But sometimes, if they say 5 years, some people just take the law into their hands and forget that Parliament is supreme. Parliament is so important. Parliament, when we say yes, the only thing that you cannot do is to change a woman to a man or a man to a woman. But we make our laws, we can change. So you please encourage them and tell them the importance of Parliament so that they cannot change. If you say it's 2 years, it's 2 years, and you renegotiate, because we don't want to drag them as we are going to drag some of these institutions on that trade. So with that, I want to say thank you for bringing this document, and thank the investors, those people, these investors who encourage them, because we should be in this together. We are the arbitrators. Sometimes they will have problem with the customers. We are the arbitrators. And also to discourage, if you know you want to do something, come to the country. Let us have that fair play. Because if you are not in the country, you go at the backyard to bring your commodity. If we catch you, you will regret your back play. So if you want to produce something, come and pay the taxes so that the people of this country can benefit. With that, I want to say thank you and thanks to.
Thank you very much. We have spoken for all of us. Thank you very much. Round up. Thank you very much. You spoke well, all of us.
Mr. Speaker, I must say, with the exception of 5-star industries, with the exception of 5-star food industries, the rest can ratify. But for me, I have an issue with the wordings and the drafting for 5-star food industries. And sometimes these agreements makes provision for partner investors. For partner investors
Honorable members, give me just 2 minutes. I'll be back. Please. For obvious reasons.
We rise every morning with truth in our hands. No more silence, we take a stand. For the people who cry for the dreams that fade, we speak for the hearts that justice betrayed. Radio True be there
on FM 103.9.
Radio True be there
on FM 103.9.
Now we voice, now we power. True video go shine like tower. We no go fear, we go talk. Even if they know I'll make we talk. True